What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to Wednesday night's live intuitive oracle. My favorite night of the week, actually, if I'm being honest. My favorite night of the week for my channel, definitely. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope everyone is well and thriving. And if you're not, you've come to the right place. And Edna, see y'all soon. Smoochy, smoochy. Oh, I've been sending prayers. And I know you don't, maybe you don't agree with prayers, but I do. And I've been sending them out for little Wolfie and love and light and healing as well. Josephine Van Dam, good morning. Where are you from, Josephine? I'm just curious because it's definitely nighttime here. I hope my Wi-Fi is a little better. It was being really wonky and it kept going from 2 bars to 1 bar to 2 bars to 1 bar. And I went down to restart it and realized that I had 5 devices connected to the Wi-Fi this whole time. And that's probably why it doesn't work properly. I didn't realize that the Fire Sticks, plus my phone, like I didn't realize the Fire Sticks used Wi-Fi even when we weren't using them. So we have Fire Sticks on 3 TVs and then my phone and then the computer, 5 devices. So hopefully we don't have any issues anymore going forward. I would be really excited if that were the case. Ralph and Cassie Francis, got to run and pick up my daughter up from work, but I shall return shortly. Much love. Slow motion in the house. How are your eyes feeling, darling? What is that? Do you guys hear that? It's like some weird ringing. Is that a bird? It's awfully squeaky. Oh, Ghostdragonzw saying it just kind of pierced through my ear for a minute. That was weird. Drinking the Natty Light painkiller. The Bat Mom. Hope everyone has a good day today. Smoochie unsubbed. You unsubbed from Jeffrey. That's a problem. Blue Crossroads. What's up? And luckily, Ghost Dragons joined me tonight. Blue Crossroads was going to come in a little bit later and help me take the list. I used to take the list and do the readings, and I used to do that for like double the amount of people, but it would be very confusing for me to have to do right now because I'm not used to it anymore. So Blue Crossroads was going to come on in and help me out, but Ghost Dragons is here, and he did come to hang out with us and to help me make sure everything is running smoothly. Well, I'm glad you did make it on time. 6 siblings. I have 4, but they're all half siblings. I don't have any full-blooded siblings. I'm my mom's youngest, my dad's oldest, the only child between my mom and my dad, and I'm in the middle out of all of us. I have no identity. Melissa Nicole, what's up? Oh my gosh, happy birthday. Yes. Birthday love. I'll give you a reading too. You'll get it tomorrow or the next day. Mike Roberts, what's up, boo? I did, I saw it, and it was Bat Mom that Tina Turner passed away. It was like a flicker of like, I saw it, and then something else caught my attention, and I didn't even think about it. But yes, rest in peace, Tina Turner. Melissa Nicole, happy 38th birthday, sweetheart. I am honored that you are spending some of it here with us. And let me write that down so I don't forget, because I'm doing the last of the June personals tomorrow. So perfect timing too. And I'll just text it to you. Right. Okay. So guys, Lotus Girl has something she needs to do tomorrow. She's not going to be joining us tonight. We are going to read for her at the end. Vixen Doe, welcome. Edna, welcome back. So I have one quick thing that I want to say. There's been some confusion on this channel in general, but especially in this stream when I'm reading and channeling messages through no fault of my own, talking about narcissists. Chillin' Charlie, what's up, boo? Let's just really quickly go over that a narcissist is not someone who has a lot of confidence and takes pride in their accomplishments, especially if that person was once very, very low and not doing well, and then they single-handedly built themselves up, and now they're proud of that. You can tell the difference between if you tell someone like you're getting annoying with the bragging, they'll laugh it off and not do it anymore, and it's kind of like a joking thing, as opposed to someone who like shoves it down your throat and doesn't think they're doing anything messed up. A narcissist is someone who cannot apologize, who cannot and will not take accountability or responsibility, someone who doesn't do what they promise to do or say they're going to do, but doesn't feel the need to apologize for it and or explain themselves. Someone who believes that they are always right without question. Someone who talks down on others. Someone who neglects or completely ignores the personhood of someone else. They belittle, they devalue, they neglect. But outside of the relationship, okay, because we're talking about in relationship context most of the time, okay? That is what I'm talking about now. Outside of the relationship, people think he or she is the nicest, sweetest, bestest guy or woman. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. They're so great. In public, here, honey, let me hold the door for you. Here, sweetie, but then they make those underhanded comments that only you know are a dig at you. And everyone else thinks you're joking. They push you out the door for years and years and years and years, abusing, neglecting, devaluing, belittling, making you question your own sanity and your own reality. And then when you finally filed for divorce or when you finally walk away from the relationship, you lose most of your mutual friends because they will then say, wow, I can't believe she left him. He was such a great guy. Nobody's ever going to be for her what he was. Well, let's hope not. And it goes the other way too, okay? That's the type of person I'm talking about when I'm talking about a narcissistic individual in a romantic relationship. Heather, Nikki, what's up? Mike Roberts, I don't know if I said hi to you. Preach, Gemma, preach. I'm just saying because I've gotten some comments like, you know, with the way you shamelessly self-promote, you know, we could think you're a narcissist too and things like that. And it's like, you know, 5 years ago, I weighed 86 pounds and was drug addicted. And now I'm a best-selling author with my own channel, making my own money with my own job and moving up in the world. I'm proud of that. All the selfies. Well, I lost all my hair and weighed 86 pounds when I was 38 years old. I'm proud of the way I look. But if someone that I knew that was close to me was like, Gems, you're kind of bragging a little bit there, I would be like, oh my God, you know, I'm sorry. And I'd back it up. Okay. You cannot get relationship help or counseling when you're with a narcissist because they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. So even if a therapist told them you're a diagnosed narcissist, you know, do you want to work on this relationship? They would somehow say that you're in cahoots with the therapist or the therapist is crazy, whatever. So yes, that mom, that too. But I didn't want to spend too much time on that. But I did want to clarify what I'm talking about because a lot of people, when you say the word narcissist, they think of this man or woman that walks around like their poop doesn't stink. And while that is a little bit of it, that comes nowhere near close to describing the pain, trauma, turmoil, and heartbreak that the people in relationships with these types of people go through, not to mention the confusion, the feelings of being less than, never good enough, questioning their own reality, can't share accomplishments because the narcissist will find a way to diminish the happiness and the joy, things like that. Okay. Slow motion. I'm glad you're feeling good. I'm glad all you guys are feeling good, but slow motion did have the surgery last week. Everything's still good with it. And let me bring on in Ghost Dragons, and then we can just get started. Thank you, Melissa Nicole. Melissa Nicole says, there is nothing wrong with self-promoting or having confidence, being proud of yourself. Screw them people, Gemma. You have a lot to be proud of. You don't gloat. I think there's a big difference. And there is absolutely. You know, narcissist is like when you try to bring something up, they shut the conversation down by either diminishing, ignoring completely, just saying, yep, all right, yeah, mocking you, you know, baiting you to react, start screaming, raising your voice, getting frustrated. So then they can turn around and say, look at how you're acting. You're crazy. And I'm supposed to have a conversation with you. So then 3 weeks later, when the same thing comes up, it's like, oh my God, this again, you never let anything go. Yes, because nothing is ever resolved. Yes, sick, sinister sociopaths who prey on people and brainwash them. Yes, girl. All right, let's bring them in and let's move on and let's do tonight.
Yes, I am. They're home. My bedroom has become an overflow, so my voice is so bad. But my bedroom's become an overflow, so I'm kind of hanging out in the hotel while we get organized.
He didn't want to leave me to my own devices.
She threatened me with my waffle sandwich and not let me out of the cave.
You touched on something, and that's absolutely right. They use people mimic emotions and secretly think you're a fool for helping them. That is a part of it too. And it all depends on the type of narcissist you're dealing with, whether they're an actual diagnosed narcissist or just have narcissistic traits, things like that. Sociopathy comes into it a lot. I'm not a doctor, but I've done a lot of research into the subject, and I've learned a lot through channeling these messages. But here's the thing. When you fall so in love with a narcissist, it's always very common to say, they're my whole world. They're my soulmate. I've never met anybody like this before. They're amazing. We have so much in common. They compliment me. They complete me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I'm so lucky. They're mimicking you back to you. And I say it all the time. They don't have their own personalities. So they will mimic you. Therefore, you're technically falling in love with yourself. And the minute you start asking questions, the minute you don't like something they did, because with narcissists, it's everything's good. If you're not good, you're bad. There's no gray area. And they think making a mistake means that not that you're imperfect, as all humans are, but that you're evil. So calling them out on the smallest little thing and just, hey, you said you were going to do this and you didn't. And I was kind of wondering why you didn't do this again. It's like 50 times now that I've asked you, and you keep saying you're going to do it, and I can't do it myself. So either you're going to do it and help me or not. You're calling them out. You're making them feel evil and unworthy, when really you're just asking a reasonable question. Yeah.
Correct her on this, Gemma, because that's not always true.
It's not always true, but do you have something that you would like to correct about that? I believe for the most part it is true.
Too. But their little synchronicities, they don't like showing their little synchronicities or whatever you want to call them, their little faults. So when they do, it's like not a
feeling love and emotion makes them very uncomfortable, because they don't know how to act in that space. They only know wearing the mask and being in self-preservation mode. I know at least one narcissist that is very, very good to her child. And I see a little bit of the narcissistic tendencies and traits with the child. But for the most part, I feel like the narcissist values the child. I don't know if it's love, though, because children are the extension of the narcissist. I have a narcissistic parent, my father, and I know this. So when I fail, there's not, well, now there is, but there's usually not comfort or, any kind of help being given. It's usually that I failed them personally. If I dropped out of high school, I failed him because now I'm going to embarrass him. So when a child is that young as this person's child, it probably isn't love. Yeah, like my dad, someone will ask me a question and I'll be like, yeah, my favorite color is green. And my dad will immediately be like, yeah, but do you know that my favorite color is blue? And like if the conversation is not about him, this is what you'll get from him. Yeah. I remember one time being in Rutt's Hut getting hot dogs, and I said 4 times, Dad, your fly is undone. Dad, your zipper is unzipped. And all he kept saying was, yeah, because he was focused on what he wanted to talk about. And he was just waiting for his turn to speak. I love him to death and I have a great relationship with my father, as good as I can. But yeah, you're making my voice hurt.
It doesn't hurt. It's the Tourette's, all the stress of getting him home.
Yes. Blue Crossroads, if they get caught screwing up, it's because you made them screw up and you should be ashamed of yourself. Like if you have to remind somebody like, hey, don't forget to call the dentist today because you have to call for me. I don't know why they'd be calling your dentist, but just say. And they're like, okay, remind me later. So you call them later and remind them, and they still forgot. So the next day you remind them in the morning and they say, okay, call me at around 2:00 and remind me. You don't call them at 2 because you're busy at work and you're like, hey, did you call my dentist? Well, why didn't you remind me? You didn't remind me. Well, how many flipping times do I have to remind you? All right, who's first? Let's do this. Don't talk. You're making our throats hurt. Netter, hi. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Just so you know, Batmom, Dargo, and Smoochie, they're the jewelry, the stuff that you guys want, and Smoochie, the earrings I promised you. I have them all packaged and ready to go, but I haven't mailed them yet because I'm waiting to have money to mail them. So it's not that I forgot about y'all or that you didn't actually win anything. You did, but I wanted to put some extra stuff in the boxes, but not to fill up one of the giant boxes. I used the little pink ones, and those cost between $9 and $11 to ship. And I just really don't have it right now. It's probably going to be about another week to get 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes out, but you guys will be receiving it. So don't worry. I didn't forget about y'all. You guys are good. And someone else has another surprise coming from another gemstone. So this gemstone wanted or didn't want something. I offered this gemstone something, and they said, you know, who would really like that? This other gemstone in stream. So send it to her. So as soon as that person comes in, because they're not a weekly regular, I will let them know. Yeah, Batmom, please do. Just text it to me. All right, now we can get started. And yes, don't push yourself too hard and hydrate, Stephen. Madison, hi.
Don't want me to.
Smooch is coming. It's coming. There's some extra stuff in there too.
Edna.
Yeah, Edna. And I am going to use myths and mermaids. Yeah, you guys all are like that, though. You know, there's never like problems or people with attitudes or people like, well, I should have won. You know, I never worry about stuff like that. I asked who liked Elvis a few weeks ago, and I thought I was going to get 1 or 2 people, but actually I got like 10 or 11 people. So I did what I always do. I assigned each person numbers and told Steven to pick a number. And when he picked the number, I looked down at who the person was. It was Casey. And she was like, you know what? I think this other person really, you know, I have a bunch of Elvis stuff. And this person said that they don't have anything or something, some reason she wanted to give this to someone else. But if the person doesn't come in the next 2 weeks, then I'm just going to have to pull another number. I know. Awesome to be going to the beach in June. Yeah, baby. I have to start planning my August vacation because RJ's birthday is the 13th of July and Ray's is the 14th. But that's the middle of the summer. Everything's way more expensive. Generous souls. Yes. Which beach you going to, Aunt Edna? I am fluent in American Sign Language, actually. So if we can catch Ghost Dragons up on it.
You're going to teach me?
I could. It's very easy. 19 and a jellyfish portal. A deep-dwelling mermaid watches passively as a smack of ice blue jellyfish flutter by, carried by the ocean current. Their brilliant luminosity brings light to an otherwise darkened scene. Go with the flow. You've been fighting and struggling with your present situation without making much progress. It is time to take a page from the jellyfish's book and allow things to take their natural course. Although they have the capability to move independently, jellyfish tend to allow themselves to drift along with the currents of the ocean, trusting the process, not fighting what is. Do the same, and you may find yourself in more content, relaxed, and peaceable. You may find yourself a more content, relaxed, and peaceable person, even if you wind up somewhere you never expected to be. So, and that's awesome. First of all, congratulations on getting to go to North Carolina. I don't know what I would do if I didn't live by the beach. Okay. What this card is saying is you've made your points, and I know that you've made it because we've had card after card about you making it. And I feel like there's still a little bit of lingering energy in this situation here. Maybe you put up boundaries, you've enforced them. It's like now you can kind of let go, take a deep breath, and understand that the universe is working for you. Now that you've cleared this energy, the universe is going to bring better energy in because energy doesn't die. It just becomes something else. If you're still dealing with the toxic, chaotic, relationship or situation or person, it's okay. The universe is saying, you've done everything that you can. Now take a back seat and let nature take its course, so to speak. Let the universe work in your favor. You've done everything that can be done. Maybe you're, realizing that you're never going to get through. We don't get through to narcissists. We just don't. It doesn't matter if we beg, cry, scream, moan, threaten, throw things, fist fight, calmly and clearly ask politely. There is no getting through them. If they don't care, they don't care, and they usually don't care. It's time for you to move on from the situation. Even if you feel like there's still something left unsaid, even if you still feel like there's unfinished business, move forward. Don't keep yourself trapped there. The universe will take care of the rest of it. You've done an amazing job. That's why the universe is stepping in.
Okay, Smoochie.
Smoochie, I'm going to use the Delanoate Oracle. I know I'm not pronouncing this right. What's up, Scott? Baba Yaga. Card number 7. I am a very special witch, mostly known and feared in Russia. I live in this strange and frightful little house that you see. I have great power over the animals of the forest, and this I must confess, I also love human flesh as a treat, most especially when it's the flesh of a child. Those who meet with me will never forget this encounter. A time of great and powerful initiation has come for you, Smoochie. You're in the middle of a dark and creepy forest, standing at the doorstep of a strange house where lives an even more strange and scary creature. Your courage is going to be put to the test. You will experience tears, doubt, and fear, that's for sure. But you'll also learn a great deal about yourself, discovering your deepest strength and inner truths. It won't always be easy, but in the end, it will make you grow. First of all, I want to say to everyone, including Chill and Charlie, if you have to leave early for any reason, let us know so that if you want a reading, you can get one. So I do feel, Smoochie, like you're either in the middle of a situation or just about to walk into the middle of a situation that may seem, I don't want to say unfamiliar because I feel like you'll know how to handle it, but it's something you weren't expecting. And it could throw you for a loop. Like I said, it could have just happened or it's about to happen in the next week or two. The universe is saying, well, this may seem like a scary situation or like a situation where you can't win no matter what you say, no matter what you do. The universe is saying the whole point of this whole thing is for you to learn from it. So it's probably something recurring that's happened a few times in your life or that happens over and over again. And you start to think that, maybe you're having a spell of bad luck or whatever this situation is going to be fairly traumatic for you. And if not, you're going to be watching someone go through something fairly traumatic, but it's uncharted territory. It's like either you haven't dealt with it in so long or you've never dealt with it before. The universe is saying you're going to know what to do. You're going to know how to handle it. Don't worry. And you're going to learn so much from it. Don't go directly to fear. Okay. Understand that just have trust and have faith no matter what happens. Okay. In the next couple of weeks. Everything's going to work out just fine. Just keep a cool head about you. You are going to be asked to be the voice of reason. You're being asked by the universe to be the voice of reason. So if everyone else starts freaking out, you're going to be there like, hey, we got this. No worries, no problem. Don't forget that it's Melissa's birthday, so we don't want to keep her waiting too long.
$5. I need $5.
$5 and a waffle sandwich.
And a waffle sandwich. Josephine, you here?
She's here. We know that.
And Melissa, we'll do you next.
Yeah, and that's so true. You can't just sit around and worry because it's always something. And I feel like, and I've learned this the hard way, of course, and I've only learned it recently, that when you let go and just give it up, whether it be to God, to the universe, to what and or whoever you believe handles things for you, it's like then you're not focused on it anymore. You're not focused on that lower vibration, on that negative, on not having, of being hurting. When you just say, you know what, I'm done. But the thing is, you have to really mean it and you have to really let it go. The minute you do, it'll be turned around for you. Yes, slow motion, you may. Yes, you just have to remind us. So you can go after Melissa. We're changing the order just a little bit, guys, to make sure everyone gets read. Josephine, I see you, honey. I'm shuffling for you right now. I'm using the Victoria Francis Oracle, which is actually called the Victoria Francis Gothic Oracle, but I didn't want to confuse it with the Anne Stokes Gothic. So slow motion is 5 hours ahead of us in Ireland there. So we're going to give him something positive to think on, hopefully. Josephine, you got card number 3. There are no headings or titles. It's called The Mirror in the Candlelight. Let your light shine. Why do you not see the shining light within you as other people do? What are you afraid of revealing, which is stopping you from discovering your true potential? The time has come to remove the mask you showed to the world and be your true self. You feel the need to protect yourself from emotional harm, but you have nothing to fear from stepping into the limelight, as things can only change for the better. If you're feeling blocked, with a little effort, you can push through this difficult period in your life and conquer whatever is holding you back. You're on the brink of change. You just need the encouragement and support to know that you're heading for the right path. The light ahead of you shines brightly and opportunities are calling. Don't allow fear of the unknown to stand in your way. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead. They will be the making of you. Josephine, I feel like, kind of like what that mom just said, fear does kill. There's a part of you that I feel like you really want to explore, you want to get into, okay? But you're worried about what other people are going to think. It could be dating a particular person, taking a particular person back. There's something here. I'm not quite seeing exactly what it is, as usual, but there's something here that it's like, okay, you really want to either do something, pursue something, learn something, pursue someone, something like that. But you're worried about what people will say, what people will think. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in the next week or two. The universe is saying, a lot of these would, Melissa, so many of them. The universe is saying, now is the time for you to understand that this is something you were meant to do. Okay, so whether it's take a class or reunite with an ex long lost love, whatever it is, it was put in your path for you to pursue it. I say it every week. I am very repetitive with this because I believe in it. Mind over matter. Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. If someone is going to be angry with you and stop talking to you, even for a short period of time, because you decided that you want to go to witch school, to learn how to read oracle and cast spells, then screw that person. They don't belong in your life anyway. It just helps you weed out the people who don't belong to make room for people who do belong. Okay? Don't let fear stop you, especially from doing anything, but especially if it's fear of what other people are going to think, how others are going to receive it. Right now, it's about you doing what you want to do, doing what you feel compelled to do. Okay? Melissa.
She didn't give me my $5 yet. I'm still waiting for it to be put in my G-string.
Checks in the mail. Melissa, let's use the Oracle of Visions.
I would look pretty funny in a G-string as a dragon.
Slow motion, you will be next. Exactly. And then when you're afraid, you can't think straight because you're so... First of all, we can't think straight when we're coming from a lower vibrational energy like fear. Fear is one of the lowest, but it's very powerful. There actually is, and it's actually called Witch School.
Oh, I should bring you to Ohio. They're having what they call Dagon Alley here.
Really?
And they're going to have all the witches and all the people that are in mystical stuff are going to sell all their products and stuff on this, in this alleyway.
I'm so jelly.
Actually, it's not for another month. You're more than welcome to come get you.
There's no way. Dang it. You're welcome, Josephine. Yeah, which school? Spelling matters. Which school? It is actually, I was so angry when I enrolled because it was called which school. Like, it wasn't called anything cool or like mysterious, like Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It was just which school.
Why am I so bright?
I had to get on in there because I'm not a Wiccan, but a lot of the witchcraft and the stuff that I'm immersed in has to do with a lot of Wiccan tradition. So you can be a witch without being a Wiccan, but I'm not sure if you can be a Wiccan without being a witch. I don't know. Okay, don't quote me. So I want to know everything about everything. I want to know all of the things. So this was just another avenue I wanted to explore. Thinking about going high priestess, but I'm not sure yet. All right, Melissa Nicole, you got letting go, offering a way out. Truly loving another means letting go of all expectations. It means full acceptance, even celebration of another's personhood. So the exact opposite of narcissism. Have the courage to set it free, Melissa. If it flies away, it was never truly yours. If it returns of its own free will, then you know for sure that it was yours. Such is the old adage regarding a loved one. To truly love and be loved, love has to be given and returned freely and unconditionally. This image captures that moment of release. Will the butterfly return or leave through the open window? It is a poignant moment and one of courage for the girl who has released the butterfly, but is herself a prisoner. Her scenario is symbolically represented by the chess pieces. The analogy of imprisonment can, of course, be applied to self-incarceration. We are often prisoners trapped in a cell of our own making, either by fear, perceptions of duty, or loyalty to causes or people. Whether caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any other such circumstances can represent an emotional imprisonment as real as any barred window. Wow, Melissa, self-imposed imprisonment. What is that? The 8 of Swords or the 9 of Swords in the tarot? This is Melissa, honey. You're next. Slow motion. Melissa, this is talking about resources and understanding. And I say this all the time in the effect of, if that's the right word, like a battered woman, right? She needs to get out. She needs to leave before the guy or the other woman, whoever kills her. But he's in control of all the money and the house is in his name. And, you know, she doesn't have her driver's license. Like, all of these things where she wanted to leave, where would she go? She was alienated and closed off from everybody. She doesn't even know anybody anymore. The universe is saying things like that when you're spiritually elevated don't matter. You just leave. You just do. And if something's meant to be, it always will be in the end. You don't have to force it. It's just one of those things. The universe, you have to be in a situation like this right now. Not that you're being abused. I'm saying, like, or you may be. I mean, I don't know. If you are, please get professional help as well. It's so important. But it's about getting out of this perceived prison that you have yourself in. If you recently just got out, because I know you're going through a lot of changes emotionally and in your situation and relationship, make sure that you understand that not only did you have the ability to leave, you also have the ability to stay gone, okay? Don't be compelled or coerced or manipulated back into the relationship for any reason. That other person knows exactly what they're doing and they do it well and they have no qualms about doing it. Keep your head up, okay? Keep your shoulders nice and tall and walk in pride that you were able to get away from something like that. And if you haven't yet, understand that it's only a matter of time before it ends badly for both of you, but mainly for you. Get off my elbow. All right, slow motion. My hair is falling out. That's why I keep going like this. Slow motion. Let's use the Vampire Oracle. Roger Blair, what's up? I know I wore this shirt for Monday's stream too, but I just liked it so much. Okay, so Mr. C, I don't know what that means. You're having a hard time deciding what to do with a home. I give personal readings, but if you want a 1-card reading, you know, here in this stream, you're welcome to ask a question, and I will do everything that I can to give you an answer. I know. I love your hair. Thank you, Chillin' Charlie. It says devilish. I really do have to get that. I told myself that when my hair fit in this huge butterfly clip, that's when I would style it and consider cutting it just a little bit. It fits. 8 grams throughout the day. I know, I've got to. I always forget. Madison, how did it go?
I was just going to put it up there.
Yeah, Mr. C, just ask a question. Like, I didn't understand what you asked. And when I pull a card for you, I will try my best to give you an answer. It's hard with just 1 card, but I usually do get a pretty good answer. All right, slow motion. You got the card of natural, authentic, real, and organic. Layer it. Blue Crossroads, I was thinking exactly that because I hate that it just sits flat on my head. Maybe if I layer it, then I can stop talking about it all the time. All right. Slow motion. The vampires speak. Okay, Mr. C, you'll be coming up soon because you're new. And I will pull a card and try to get you an answer. To be your own self is a lifelong, lifetimes long purpose. Slow motion, it is the purpose of this existence. And for each of us, despite the labels we all have, human, vampire, woman, man, we have something greater at play, how the essence, that very drop of pure self, makes itself known through us. And for this great miracle to take place, there are habits to be shed, reactions to be questioned, challenges to be met, and experiments to be made. For you are not who you have been told you are. And so with this card, we ask for you to clearly and finally perhaps understand and acknowledge that all you are can be discovered when you take yourself within and quietly feel, look, and listen to your own self. Not the self of the label, the job, not the defenses you have developed for protection, not the protests of ego or the demands of family voices within. It is who you truly are. And then once having found a sense of that, to live from that place in small, consistent ways each day. How that manifests will be unique for each of you. Thank you, Mr. C. But we ask for you now to go beyond the labels of time and place and family and education and status and go deep, deep within. Wow. There is something within you that is more than the history of others, that is yours alone, and the world needs it to be expressed. Otherwise, why would you have been created? For each of us, every drop of rain, every stone, every creature of the sky and the land has their role and their part to play. We need to become our natural self again, beyond what we are told we are, and to live from that place. And this will create a satisfying and more peaceful, harmonious life, no matter what challenges you meet from within or without. You are precious to the world, especially so when you find the part of you that is only yours to offer and add it to the song of the world and make all that is more beautiful, more fulfilled, and more totally realized as a consequence of your soul's truest expression. Blessing, when you take away the trappings of money, power, status in the world, you are left with the things of the spirit, and you are rich in the ways of the soul indeed. This creates a balanced, centered, strong core self. Curse, too much reliance on the feedback of society. Self-worth is centered in status and therefore is constantly shifting, being uncentered. Working with this card, there has been an over-reliance on ways of identifying who you are, whether you have categorized yourself by a job or your appearance, personality, or wealth and background. It is time to go beyond this to who you truly are and know yourself from the inside out. This does not require puzzlement and complexity. It requires quiet distillment and true reflection and contemplation of the self. You have too many definitions others have given you. Let them go and learn the song within you and give voice to that in order to become natural and truly fulfilled as your own self. Mr. C, again, thank you so much for that donation. Totally awesome. Definitely appreciate it. Slow motion, this is telling you, the first thing I got when I grabbed this card, the immediate imagery that came into my head, and it was like words, it was like, you've come a long way, baby. I don't know if that's a song or like something from a movie, but that came into my head. And that's the universe telling you that you have come so far, okay? You have really grown into yourself. So now it's time to kind of spread your spiritual wings, if you will. What's up, Nutslap? It's time to move out of all these ideals of what's acceptable and what isn't, what's popular and what isn't, what's stylish and what isn't, what's right and what's wrong by societal norms, to bash through societal norms, okay? And learn who you truly are. And once you do that and start living in that way, unapologetically, no matter what, your life is going to be so much more fulfilled and enriched. If I can just tell you guys real quick, like that's something I learned about myself, being in addiction and all the things that I'd gone through. I never really knew who I was. I noticed, like, I was even thinking about it today, like in this stream, I'm bubbly, I'm fun, I'm happy. That's who I truly am. It's not, you know, being different people with different things. Sometimes we feel like we have to do that, but at the end of the day, we really don't. We should always be our authentic selves. And you're with someone, if you're with someone who makes you feel like you have to behave a certain way, like stifle yourself, not share achievements, not be playful and happy and giddy, excited over the stupid things, the silly things, then that person's not for you. And it doesn't mean you're better or worse, or you're more right or more wrong. It just means that person is not for you, even if it's someone you've outgrown.
Ready? We're crossroads. Man.
It's okay. I got you. If you want to type it.
That's okay. I got to work it.
You do slow motion actively now? Blue Crossroads, I'm going to use... I don't know why this deck just continuously comes up for you, but it does. It's not my decision. It's your guys' spirit teams that choose these decks through me. So we're doing the Fairy Tale Oracle again. But at least it's his voice and not mine. Because... then I can't read. Oh, I did not know that, slow motion. And if you ever wanted to talk about that with somebody who would understand, you can definitely email me anytime, day or night, and I'll get back to you as soon as I check them, which I usually check them Mondays, Wednesdays after stream, or Thursday mornings. Blue Crossroads. Yeah, and absolutely. The hardest thing for me was to forgive myself for the things I did, the BS I fell for, on and on. But I've done it. And when you do feel lighter. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And trying to focus, if we are in a space where we do have to deal, like if we work with a narcissist or we have a narcissistic boss, a narcissistic lover, somebody we have to be around, we don't really have a choice. To only focus on the things we can control and do not fall as hard as it is for the baiting. Okay. Blue Crossroads, no, but the cards did look familiar. This deck just keeps coming up. Blue Crossroads said, Gemma Jade, did you know that 2 of the cards in my reading you have pulled in Wednesday readings twice for me in the recent past? I did not know that. Here we go again. And I think I've pulled this one recently for you too. Puss in Boots. Card number 8. Sometimes I pull certain cards so much, I'm like, oh, I got to read this again. But I have to because the message changes across the board every time. Little long, guys, so hang in. This is the famous tale of seemingly insignificant friendships and gifts bringing us great blessings, for Puss is the only inheritance our young hero receives from his father, while his brothers seem to receive so much more. But in truth, this inheritance is everything his brothers received and so much more, for this cat is determined to use his considerable intelligence and charm to raise the boy up to the status of a prince, literally a rags to riches story. And all the boy must do is as the animal tells him. In many ways, this tale is morally ambiguous. Puss does lie and trick and deceive and flatter his way on up. However, he also saves the life of his quote-unquote master so many times. And so to me, this tale suggests a deeper relationship, and that this clever cat who wears boots and speaks and thinks faster than anyone else is truly the boy's guide. Everything the boy gains is due to Puss, and the tale never suggests there is any reparation to be made For the use of wits rather than work in the gaining of status, esteem, and treasure. So if you have received this card, please look around you for the blessings you have been given. They may seem extraordinarily humble. Who inherits a cat? But what if the cat is wisest and most clever being of all? The tale also suggests that we respect the wisdom of the natural world, which has no compunction about using wit, camouflage, and hunting skills to live and prosper. Nature does not judge the hunter or say the butterfly is deceitful because it resembles a flower and thus is protected. Look about you for the clues and cues from nature, and most especially any animals you are particularly drawn to or close to. They're your allies, and their messages can lead you to great achievements. This is an amoral story, and it is sometimes judged as unworthy for being so, but its immorality is valuable. It makes us question, what would I do to rise and or to do well? What are the politics of status in the world? Does Puss simply know how the world works, and is he gifting all of this knowledge and wile to the boy without any thought of payment? For it seems that Puss delights in the use and exercise of his intellect, and when is wit and politics worth drawing upon? For Puss is a great diplomat, a wily lifesaver, a creature of two worlds whose charm is put to immense use and whose loyalty is unquestionable. And if this card has come to you, it is the very simplest of terms. It is time to use some cunning, some true genius, and to have your wits about you and see opportunities out rather than await them to come to you. So, hey, Paranormal Pixie, I was just talking about you backstage, asking how you were doing. I got that interview with Dave. I've got to send the books out, though. I only have book 2. So, okay, I hope you had an amazing time, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Blue Crossroads, this is a journey into your new life. And I said this to someone earlier in a personal reading, too, okay? So, it's like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to get crazy and have fun, crazy in a good way, and really understand that you've been given an incredible gift of rebirth. You're becoming a whole new person, whether you believe it or not, and you're spiritually ascending. Who do you want to take on that journey with you? You may have to do some finagling, as I like to say, and really put in some hard work to get to where you want to go or to get to be with who you want to be with. But you can always make the journey fun. It doesn't have to be that way. And if you have to act a little out of character every once in a while as a means to an end, the universe is saying, go ahead and do that because your heart is pure. So you're not going to hurt anybody in the long run. You know the difference between a means to an end and being cruel or vicious. And I don't know why, but that had to come through. Glad to be home, right? Who's next?
Charlie. Hey, if you're gonna leave, I can go ahead and slow you in now. Mike hasn't answered, so
Mike won't care if we skip him. Good night, slow motion.
Okay, do Chillin' Charlie if he's still here. Chillin', are you still here?
Chillin's here. I see him.
And then go ahead and do Mr. C.
Charlie, wait. I didn't see. Don't go anywhere. Let me know that you're still here.
Stay, boy. Stay.
Stay. Oh, don't do that. Touch my cards. Charlie, are you still here, hun?
He must have booked.
I'll give him a minute, and if not, we'll read for Mr. C. So, Mr. C, one of your questions is, should you sell your parents' house? Let's see if we can get you an answer. I'm telling you more. What?
He's back.
Who?
Charlie's back.
Okay, so let me read for Charlie because he has to leave, but I'm putting Mr. C's card to the side. Mike, no problem. Darling Deb, we missed you last week. I know we missed you too. All right, Charlie, I'm pulling for you. Mr. C, you will be next. So this is not you. You'll be next because Charlie has to leave. Yeah, Paranormal Pixie, I know. I had no idea until we were just about to go and stream, or I would have tried to set this up differently. Chillin' Charlie, you got the dried flower fairy. Sweet memories. Card number 11. I just heard 1111. So your angels, your guardian angels are definitely with you. They're always with you, but more so in the next week or two. Look for multiples of 11 on license plates in front of you, on the clock, things like that. And I would look up the angel number 1111 as well. This darling little fairy just loves to collect memories and to treasure them, wearing them as garlands, their sweet faded fragrance reminding her of happy times. She helps you by collecting all of your happy, sweet memories and keeping them from fading too. She has wings that resemble the wonderful monarch butterfly, which is renowned for the vast distances it can travel. I always thought it was called monarchy butterfly. So these memories may be of very long ago, down through the ages, but they are still able to fly to you and reach you with their messages of love and sweetness wherever you currently find yourself. Slow motion, thank you. When you experience a difficult and challenging time, Chillin' Charlie, the dried flower fairies The dried flower fairy flies to your side, shows you a moment that you had forgotten, and magically the present moment transforms. You will always have her with you, most especially in the times when those sweet moments seem furthest away. She will come to you and she will remain with you. Expect calls out of the blue, bumping into old friends, a photograph of a loved one, or a reminder of happiness coming to you in other sweet and serendipitous ways. The dried flower fairy speaks. Do you remember that time when you played with the fairies in the garden? Do you remember when your imaginary friend was more real to you than even your own parents? What about the first time you ever noticed your shadow quivering in the light, swam in the sparkling sea, held hands, or exchanged glances with someone you liked more than just friends? When you were given a gift for no reason, hugged by a friend, had a perfect day, found messages from angels in the clouds. You seem to have forgotten all the precious moments, so I've been busy gathering them up for you. I now return them to you so your sadness can be transformed. Let happiness, bliss, and gifts for no reason become possibilities you believe in again. When I see you smile and treasure a moment from the past in the present, I know my work has been done. Divination message. You may soon be experiencing little reminders of some of the sweetest, most fun and uplifting times in your life. The kind that have no great significance historically, but in the story that is your life, they are pivotal moments. It could be seeing a rainbow, a star shining bright, or a photograph of your father holding you closely in his arms, or receiving the knowledge and sudden realization that something you did made a large and meaningful impact in someone else's life. You have so many jewels. It's time to sift through the precious moments in memory, and by honoring these and feeling them again, change the present for the better. The magic of your sweetest memories will be worked into the present moment, and your current struggle will be momentarily relieved, and that transcendent feeling of being one with all that it will return, giving you strength to go on and do what must be done. No, Gemma, why? What did I do? Charlie, the first, okay, so remembering the good times can sometimes be a terrible thing. It can put us in a depression, in a lower vibration. This card definitely does not want you to get stuck there. And if I channel that, that means there's a possibility you might. I feel like you're going to be running into someone. That doesn't mean literally like you're outside and you bump into them. It could be they look you up on social media. You just happen upon them. They have their own YouTube channel. You're out at a restaurant eating and they're your server, something like that. There's a reason this person was put back in your life, but it doesn't necessarily mean you were meant to reconnect. Okay. It could just be you were meant to remember something about yourself, a little part of who you used to be. I feel like a part of you feel like it's missing. Okay. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe you feel like you can't have fun anymore the way that you used to, because you lost your best friend, or you feel like, you can't be silly and goofy like you used to be because you're an adult now, something like that. It's a part of you that needs to be refound in a memory of something. So you could be finding an old photo or some old memento from your childhood or your teenage years, but I am getting very strongly a reconnection with somebody. I don't think it's going to be a very significant moment where you reconnect with this person and they're their soulmate and you fall in love and get married and have 10 kids. I just feel like running into them is going to remind you of something about yourself that you long since thought was lost and forgotten. So pay attention for something like this, okay? And anything this person says to you, any messages that come through, things like that. Yeah, and yes, music took me out of several rehabs. because they would give me the Walkman or whatever they had to listen to music. And I do want to put some color. I used to be fully blonde. But thank you so much. I love your guys hearing your guys' opinions, because I literally have no imagination, and I never did, because I always had so much actually going on that, like, I couldn't play with dolls when I was little. I would within 5 minutes be like, oh, this is not even real. This is boring. And I put the dolls away. So that's why I value your guys' opinion. You just may see that. Definitely layers. And I was thinking that too, kind of off my head. Yes, look into 1111, Chill and Charlie. It's not something we talk about a lot here, but it is something that we a lot of us talk about amongst ourselves. My Wi-Fi seems like it's going wonky, so if you start to not be able to hear me, let me know. Now, I was shuffling for Mr. C, and I did pull his card. This is the Angel of Alchemy. It's the card of miracle. Let me read it, channel in the messages, and I'll tell you, what's going on with the house. 21. You guys ever hear that song 21 by the Cranberries? I love that song. That's a song that makes me cry. Okay. Mr. C, the Angel of Alchemy, is the miracle who stands between the physician and death. She is the powerful healing angel who resolves this health issue that is confronting you at this present time. Her role is to help you to find the perfect treatment for your body and to restore your well-being naturally and healthfully. She helps you find the right doctor, the right treatment, the right healing mode, and the right attitude and energy to overcome this challenge. She will draw on powerful energy from her heart chakra, which will be sent to you and which will revive your energy and your belief in the possibility of your perfect health. You guys just may be surprised. I am going to see my mom this weekend. Maybe I'll do something crazy. She will help you find the courage to face physical life, for it is that which has overwhelmed you from time to time. The sheer courage it takes to experience life in a physical form is that which she is here to help support you in, and to show you that not only does it take great courage, it brings the greatest blessings of all. The Angel of Alchemy speaks. I am here to help you make a miraculous shift in your body and your health, whether you have an injury or an illness or simply feel ill at ease with the form you currently have. I am the Angel of Alchemy, and I can show you how to change your current experience of physicality. Are you dealing with some sort of inherent illness, or do you have like a cold or a flu, a physical injury, anything like that? I stand here and have done so for thousands of years. I have seen the fear and the guilt of others. I have seen the fear of infection, the anguish of pain, and the despair at life seeming to end. But I am here with you now to show you how to create health and strength, and how to stop being so frightened of growing old and having times when your body will challenge you. All will be well, and all this will pass. This form is just one of many you will create. Let me show you how to live anew with love and health. Am I cutting out a lot? Can you...
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You're just coming and going a little bit.
Okay. My Wi-Fi kind of looks like it rebooted, so we should be okay again. Thank you for letting me know, guys. Okay, Mr. C, hold that thought. There may be health challenges for you at this present time. Regardless of what you or one dear to you may be experiencing, it's time to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I only had a short time to live on this planet? That's not what's going on. It's just asking yourself how you would feel, what you would do. Then begin to take action on these plans, because the beautiful thing about looking deeply into the human fear of death is that this examination of mortality will create an exquisite sense of being alive now, and you will reprioritize, and you will begin to shape your life in new and meaningful ways once you see that time in the sense of bodily life can be short. Do not hesitate. Probably. Is it solar flares?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Take action now on changing what can be changed. Mr. C, when you receive this card, you're about to turn a corner with a specific health challenge. The current situation has actually served you in many ways. It's brought your focus back to what is truly valuable in your life and made you aware of areas of neglect. Now you can move forward with a refreshed set of priorities that are based in something very real. The Angel of Alchemy encourages you to make your healing, either your own or that of someone close to you, the top priority. So, okay. The first thing I want to talk about is the message that I'm channeling in, and then I'll give you the answer because it was very loud, clear, and blatant in my head about the house. So whatever's going on with you health-wise, I feel like what the universe is saying is don't get too down on it and don't worry about it so much. It's really hard not to worry about, especially physical health problems. Most of them, though, and I say this all the time, this is not to discount people that are physically ill. Okay, I'm very lucky to have the health that I have. I'm not discounting anyone or trying to be rude, but most physical ailments are spiritual illnesses. Okay, so I feel like the universe is trying to encourage you to listen to a guided meditation chakra alignment or sage your home and yourself. Focus on the things that really matter and ask yourself, if I only had 2 weeks left to live, and you don't only have 2 weeks left, it's just a thought process. If I only had 2 weeks left to live, what would I be doing? What would be that important to me that I would need to get done, that I would need to say, that I would want to do? And start doing those things to the best of your ability. Good, that's good then. Because then you're not focused on the lower vibrational stuff, the lack of, the sick feeling, the want for. As far as whether or not you should sell your parents' house, definitely yes. What I got was it's just going to be an added stressor. Is I feel like too, and again, if this doesn't make sense, it will in the next couple of weeks. There's some sort of conflict with whether or not you should sell it. Like it's completely up to you, but then I feel like there's like some background noise, like some static. Like if you say you're going to sell it, someone's going to have an issue with that. It doesn't matter. The universe is saying, please get rid of it because it's going to take a lot off your plates. And it's also going to help you in your own life. I don't know if you're benefiting financially from that if you do sell it, but I do see major benefits for the expansion, improvement of your life that comes with the selling of this home.
Ready. Fixing dough.
Okay, I want to ask you guys a question though. Have you guys tried these? They're not just regular Triscuits, okay? They're thin crisps, and I'm going to eat one right now because I'm hungry. But they're delicious. They were 2 for $5, and I should have got 2, but I got RJ Cheez-Its instead. Vixen dough. Let's do Wild Woman. Darling Deb, then you know what I'm talking about, right? Mr. C, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for trusting me. And thank you for your incredible donation. I love Triscuits in general, but man, the thin ones, I got Parmesan garlic.
I like crackers in general.
You know what I've been buying? The Triscuits and those, they come in like a little round square. I don't know what, they're not Baby Bells. They're soft cheese, soft spreadable cheese. They got a little cow on them, but it's not Baby Bell. I can't find the soft Swiss. But I've been getting like the creamy Asiago, but I'm looking for Swiss. So if you find any, mail it to me, please. New England Dirt Roadie, yes, that's actually my little guy's favorite, and I'm constantly buying it. He loves fruit. Hey, going to the store. Going to the store is like the only time I get out, except when I go to the doctor once a month. Going to the grocery store is when I leave my house. And I go to church on Sundays. Usually. Vixen dough. Bronwyn of the Starlit Ostara. I cut up a watermelon this morning. Now I want watermelon. Thanks, guys. Maybe on break, I'll go grab it from the fridge. Vixen dough. Bronwyn of the Starlit Ostara, A New Beginning. Card number 9. Oh my God, they're so good. Who or what do you need to let go of at this time in order to make way for a new beginning in your life? Bronwyn and Ostara, the spring equinox, remind you that after every death, literal or metaphorical, there is always a new beginning. Although it can be challenging to move on from negative people or situations, it is necessary and healthy to do so. Love yourself enough, Vixen Doe, to walk away from anyone or anything that is not serving your highest good, and trust that fresh growth, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual awaits you in this new cycle. I don't know what's up with this. I paid StreamYard today. Like, why am I still blanking out every few seconds? Bronwyn, a Celtic goddess of love and beauty, was married to Matholwich, King of Ireland, in order to unite Wales and Ireland peacefully. As the mother of the future king, she was regarded by the old tribes of the British Isles as the center from which all life emerged. However, she was unjustly persecuted by her husband and sought aid from her brother, Bran, with the help of a starling that she had lovingly nursed back to health as a chick. Bran freed her from the bondage of her marriage, but when war ultimately broke out again between Wales and Ireland, Bran was killed, and the kind, compassionate, and persevering Bronwyn died of a broken heart. Bronwyn's name means white raven, a bird symbolizing purification and transformation through death. The messenger starling nestled in her hands carries a similar meaning of allowing a new cycle to begin, as well as coexisting in harmony with others. Bronwyn, depicted under a starry night on the eve of Ostara, the spring equinox, which celebrates new life, fertility, and the end of the cold, harsh winter, chants a blessing for all women, particularly those who have been mistreated. She offers the hope of a new beginning, freedom, and the sovereignty that they may have long been denied. So, Vixen Doe, this is telling you that you definitely made the right choice recently, but like either getting out of an abusive or toxic, chaotic situation, or several of them, and kind of moving out of that energy. But for some reason, again, and I felt this a few times in the past few weeks. Thank you, Mr. C. I definitely will. I should have thought of that beforehand. Oops. I live in the woods, dude. Literally. I feel like that energy is coming back in for some reason. Not that it's like bursting in, but it's definitely whoever this is, whether it's one person or more than one person, they're trying to get back in. They're trying to weasel back in. And the universe is saying, because you're sweet, you're kind, you're persevering, and you're used to being the quote unquote doormat, you're very susceptible to believing this manipulation and allowing these people or this person back in, or to returning to this toxic situation. Vixen Doe, keep moving forward. You do not owe anyone closure. You do not owe anyone an apology if giving it is going to put you in danger or harm's way. And any forgiveness you give is for you. The other person doesn't even have to know you forgive them. And even if they do, forgiveness does not have to equal reconciliation. Forgive them from afar. Love them from afar. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Do not turn back to this energy.
Heather Nikki's next, but she's not answering.
Now I can't stop eating them. Put her down for a timestamp at the end, if you would, please.
Yes, I
will. Aw, Smoochie. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, my God. Only you. I have a pet starling. Her name is Claire Starling. 16 years old and still talking. Like I tell my daughter, stop depending on undependable people. You can't change them. That's absolutely right. Think about yourself. Like, I know for me, I was willing to change, and I changed so many things about myself. But they were all things I should have been changing anyway, right? They were terrible, not terrible, but some of them were terrible things. And there were things, I started doing things I should have been doing anyway. So was it really me changing for this other person, or was it me really changing for me? Now I change for me. Changing for someone else also never works, because if you do manage to change for the other person, there's no guarantee they're going to change the things you need them to change. Then you're stuck feeling like a fool. But don't feel like a fool, because we always change for the better. We better ourselves. We change for the worse. We always come right back around. Clarice is Starling. Andrew Gnomes. Whoop whoop. If you said who's next, I don't remember.
Go ahead and do Madison, and I'll write her down. Timestamp down. Not, wait.
Do
Heather
Madison,
Nikki.
you'll write Heather's timestamp.
It's Heather's turn. So go ahead and do Heather.
But Heather's not. Oh, okay.
I
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel so bad about your voice. Guys, I swear, I haven't talked to him, like actually heard him until we were right about to start. Mr. C.
begged me to be here.
Mr. C. Yes. When our perspective changes, the whole world changes with it. All I needed was for one person to tell me that I was beautiful, I was a diamond in the rough, and that I could do and accomplish anything that I wanted. And even though now I feel like that person didn't really expect me to do much, it was just a nice thing to say. I'm like, I really can do all that. And guess what? I did it. My lifelong dream since I was a little girl was to be a published author. And I've written and had written and gotten 3 books published. It's not self-published, and I'm writing book number 4. And I get to hang out with you guys all the time. I built this channel from the ground up. I don't have a bajillion subscribers, but I'm happy with what I have. I love what I do. I love what I do. Absolutely. I would not change what I do for a living for anything in the world, or really any amount of money. You wouldn't be able to pull me away. I'm able to make money. Granted, I don't make like a ton of money, but I'm able to make money writing. Do you know how hard it is to find paid writing gigs? Thank you. Mr. C says, I see the universe in you, Gemma. Thank you. Right back at you. It's in all of us. We just have to find that strength. It's okay to lean on others for strength, but if they prove to you that they're going to move away, like drop you, let you fall, don't lean on them again. All the better for it. Oh my God, you guys are going to make me cry again. All right, this is Heather Nikki. I'm using Liminal Spirits. There it is. Ooh, the snail. We haven't pulled this one yet. Come on. They're not in any particular order. That's why it's hard. Like, it goes fish, snail, owl. I love you guys. Heather Nikki. Silently, the snail glides across a leaf, leaving behind a glistening trail of where he's been, tentatively exploring the world around him. He's got one eye stalk fixed on the present and one scanning the past or the future. He also carries his home with him, a shell of protection. The snail reminds us to take precautions to recognize the difference between taking our time versus procrastination, and to curb bad or dangerous behaviors before they cause irreparable harm or damage. The snail says to slow down and enjoy the scenery. Go ahead, give it a taste while you're at it. Like the snail, be sure to carry protection with you so you don't leave the most vulnerable parts of yourself on display as you follow your path. When the snail is known for being slow, while the snail is known for being slow, anyone who tends to garden knows how quickly he can be destructive if left unchecked, often consuming all of the tasty leaves on a plant in one single night. We may put important things off, thinking we have time to ignore them until later, but they can quickly catch up with us, seemingly out of nowhere. Heather, there's a situation in your life, honey, that you need to get on. Like, you need to handle your handle right now. There's something happening in your life that it's like, oh, well, I still got time. I don't want to think about that right now. Like, I can't deal with that. I'm just comfortable where I'm at. Heather, I see you being comfortable in a very toxic, chaotic, and possibly abusive situation. If you're not in that situation right now, it's like the energy is still surrounding you, which means if you were in a relationship like that, just say, for example, you still are connected to that person. You're still either talking to them, arguing with them, they're still manipulating you, have control, whatever the situation is, it is going to end very, very badly if you do not take care of this and start taking care of yourself, carrying protection on you. I cannot advocate for someone carrying a weapon, but I will say, I don't see anything wrong with carrying a little keychain of the spray. I can't say what it is because I'll get demonetized, but the spray stuff, you guys know what I mean, right? Not me. If the universe is reminding you to protect yourself and carry something on you, then you definitely have a situation on your hands. Heather, if you don't get out of whatever this is, it's not going to end well. And that's not a threat. It's kind of a promise from the universe. I I don't like giving messages like this. I always try to put a positive spin on the messages, even if they come in. I'll give you the bad news or the lower vibrational message, but I try to give you the positive with it. And that's how you know if someone's really channeling from spirit, because there's always a positive. There's never just negativity thrown at you. There's always a positive. Unfortunately, I think for the first time since I've been doing this, the positive is simply you have the option to get away from this, whatever it is, and you need to take it. Don't worry about where you go, what you do, what people will think, how will he react, how will she react, what will they want, how will you make money. Don't worry about any of it. You're the fool at the beginning of the journey. You have to take that leap of faith, sometimes blindly. Look around you. There are people who will help you. Help is going to come for you, Heather, in the form of something or someone you never imagined.
New England.
I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry? I go through this every so often. At least
you
I'm
haven't
not stuttering. It's when I stutter, it's really bad.
Mr. C, I can't say that, but yes. Ghost Dragons, I realize you've been doing this stream with me, taking my list, believe it or not, for 13 months now, possibly 14. You've never sounded like this. And we talk every day. I mean, we don't talk every day, but we talk at least twice a week.
Every day.
Yeah, twice a week though. I just feel bad. I feel like I now guilt tripped him.
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel bad.
I guilt tripped him into being here, even though he says I didn't. And now he can't talk.
I love
did.
Her too much to tell her no.
I didn't mean to, but he's like, I may not make it. I've got so much to do. And I'm like, you need to tell me right now. What am I going to do? I freaked out. And then when he was like, I'll be there, I was like, oh man, I definitely guilt tripped him. And I'm sorry. I own it. I didn't mean to.
I would have been here anyways. I came all the way back from Kansas City to be with you.
I panicked, and Blue Crossroads, when I asked him to fill in, he's like, he's probably going to end up being there anyway. He's like, but I can get there, just be a little late. So Blue Crossroads, oh, sorry. Thank you for offering to fill in.
Thank you so much.
Card number 17, New England Dirt Roadie. If you're still here, I hope you are still here. I love you guys. My child, when you draw this symbol, it is the card of focus. When my child, when you draw this symbol, it is a wonderful sign that with focus, you will achieve anything that you want. If I give you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot and hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions, New England Dirt Roadie, and have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever you focus on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you cannot control every single outcome. Just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. New England Dirt Roadie, this is abundance, blessing, prosperity coming in for you. Did I read for Madison?
She's next.
Okay. This is major opportunity. You have cleared your energy. You have come so far in such a short period of time. Mr. C, absolutely. Hold that thought. The universe wants to reward you, but I feel like your focus is kind of on a few different things, and that's okay to want more than one thing. Obviously, like you need to focus on your job and you need to focus on your home. The universe wants you to focus on something you really want in your life. More money, a romantic relationship. It could even be something that may seem impossible, and start thinking about it as though you already have it. Focus on it. Write about how great it is to have it. Things like that. The universe is saying, like, this is your one wish, okay? If you can focus on having it, not on not having it or getting it. That's the idea, right? It's a great card, but you have to know what to do with it. You can't sit still. You have to focus and work towards it. And remember that the universe is in control of where your arrow falls. So whatever you're vibrating to the universe, that's what it's going to bounce back to you. The universe doesn't speak English. It speaks vibration. It speaks in energy. And by the way, Netter, you are doing tremendously amazing. I love talking to you. I'm so happy that you seem a lot lighter and a lot happier as well. Madison.
Yes, now Madison.
Let's do the vintage wisdom. I love Wednesday nights. I love hanging out with you guys. I'm going by my mom's again this weekend. This time till Monday because RJ has off school for Memorial Day. How do I do what? I channel in your spirit team and they tell me what's up through the cards. It's not me. I'm only the messenger. I'm the crystal ball.
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut on that one.
Abundance, Madison. Okay. Madison. Really? Oh, it's the first card. Here we see a depiction of Pomona, the Roman goddess of abundance and harvest of the ripe fruits and fields. She is adorned with all manner of wildflowers and forest flowers as if to celebrate the yield of nature's bounty. Butterflies dance around her, representing transformation and a lightness of being. We can all relate to the wonderful feelings of connectedness when abundance bestows herself upon us. It can be felt physically with the harvesting of material successes or good health, mentally in fruition of an idea or a dream, emotionally by finding new love, or spiritually through the expansion of your soul. This card calls you to reflect on the abundance already in your life. Be thankful for all that you have and be open to receiving more goodness in your life. It may be your turn to enjoy the fruits of your labors and the harvest of hard-earned efforts. Or perhaps you are currently looking for ways to increase the flow of abundance into your life. I love this deck too. I don't use it enough. From a practical perspective, decluttering helps you value what you already have and creates an empty space so more abundance can flow. I absolutely hate clutter. It stresses me out. It makes me literally insane. Forgiveness plays a vital role in decluttering the emotions. By releasing the past, we liberate ourselves. Freed from the gravity and weight of karmic effects, we reconnect with the light, abundant flow of unconditional love. How wonderful! Gifting and tithing are known ways to increase the flow of prosperity. Oh, you're drinking core, huh? The plain core.
I can't find any of the flavors.
I told you. Now is a favorable time to establish a healthy balance between giving and receiving, Madison. In this materialistic age, it is common to mistake the measure of success and worth through the possession of money and status alone. There is nothing wrong with aspiring to have lovely things or to create the security and opportunities that money can buy. However, Western values generally encourage focus solely on the outward physical manifestation of abundance. We can be guided to find a healthy balance by focusing inwardly to discover spiritual riches available to us in every moment. Our divine nature expands far beyond the horizons of the material plane alone and has the power to banish fear and grant authentic peace regardless of circumstances or status. These are just some of the fruits and bounties to be discovered as we journey home along the highway of life. In whatever form, may abundance in all its glory be yours. Madison. Hey, Mac. Madison, what this card is saying is that abundance is flowing deeply into your life. I'm going to cover my mouth so I can chew. The universe has recently or is about to bless you. But I feel like whatever you're seeing isn't a blessing. You're not seeing it as a blessing. And this card is moving you towards... Sorry. I thought I could read with it in my mouth, but I can't. Let's get rid of it. Okay. The universe is saying you're not seeing it as a blessing. You're not seeing it as something abundant. Whatever this is, okay? And the universe wants you to understand that until you do, start focusing on whatever this is. There's something that came in recently, and I feel like you're looking at it kind of as another obstacle. And it's a blessing in disguise, but you're not going to know that for at least another month or two until the entire situation plays out. I feel like you're very nervous and anxious about what this is. It could be someone coming in from the past. That was the first thing I got. It could be like your place to live, like someone buys the house that you live in and now you have 15 days to move. Like it's something that anyone would look at as a hassle. But the universe is saying, please be patient, stay faithful and true, and know that the universe does things for you, never to you. And that it's trying to simply clear out all of the old, stuck, stale, stagnant things in your life. Like perhaps there's really negative energy in the place that you're living. So the universe wants you to move somewhere better, somewhere clearer and more bright. Okay. Things like that. The universe brought this person in because they're meant to teach you a lesson that you haven't learned yet in a good way. That way you can be open for more blessing and abundance. Do not feel punished. Do not feel like karma's getting you. Do not feel cursed. Do not feel like you have bad luck, right? There's no such thing. It's simply the universe shaking things up so that it can move you into a much better and more abundant space and more into the light. Lara, do you have your class tonight? And who's next?
Bat Mom.
Bat Mom, I'm going to use Victoria Francis. Okay, make sure Lara gets a reading, please.
$5.
Did I draw? No. That's weird as heck. I did Nicole's reading today. I'm just waiting for it to upload.
But that'll be next week, right?
Huh?
It will take till next week, right?
Oh, I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone. Yes, it's going to take a lot longer now. It's okay. It'll be ready by morning. Who was I in the middle of uploading? Felicia. Oops, I hope it uploaded before I did that. Oh, there's your card, Bat Mom. Give me a sec. Ow, banged my head on my microphone shield. I was so excited today. I got a package from Amazon. I'm like, I didn't order anything. My makeup wipes. I totally ordered them. Madison Teague says, thank you so much, Gemma. I appreciate you so much. I also want to say I had never done the chakra cleanse before because I wanted to make sure I knew everything I needed to know about each crystal I use. Did you do it? I know you said it before, but if you don't mind repeating it, because I didn't see it. How did it go? And how do you feel? Tell us. Tell us the truth. If you don't feel any different, if you feel amazing, if it's kind of like it did a little bit, I want to hear all about it. I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you because that is a great first step in getting everything aligned and getting cleared to bring abundance in. You have something just around the corner, Madison, that I've been seeing for a while. And I can't see like what it is. It just shows me like a starburst. So it's been all the way back from like 8 months ago. And every time I read for you, it comes closer and closer. And to me, that is something majorly life altering in a beautiful, bright way. It's something coming in. It's not quite here yet. That's probably why the universe is telling you just keep persevering, keep pushing on, keep moving on and moving forward. I know at times, especially we women, and I'm sure you men too, get tired of being the strong one. Everyone's like, oh, she can take it. She's strong. I know I get tired sometimes and I just want someone to lean on and be strong for me. But the universe is saying, you've got this. If you can get through this, you will have proven yourself worthy of what is coming in energetically. And it is tremendous. And I feel like this chakra cleanse is the first step in that coming in for you. Bat Mom, you got card number 1 and they don't have headings. So let's just see what it is. I love these cards too. I love them all. The imagery is so beautiful in a lot of the cards I have. It was very soothing for sure. Today I feel a lot better and it's been really great on tips today at work, but the throat chakra gem and the heart one were warm to the touch. Yeah, that means that your energy was resonating and connecting with them. So that means your throat and your heart were probably what needed the most work. But I'm proud of you for doing all of it, because I don't believe in only doing one. Unless it's for a really specific reason, I always say do them all and then do an extra little bit on the one. You know, there's no, to me, it's like cleaning, it's like dusting half of a table and leaving the other half dusty. It doesn't make sense, but that's just my opinion. Not everyone will agree, and that's okay. Bat Mom, undying Ophelia, releasing despair and emotional retreats. The feeling of despair and loneliness can be overwhelming. No matter how hard you try to release negative emotions, you just can't let this go. This card signifies that there are times when we have to take time out and reevaluate where we are. Emotions are high, and there is a need to take yourself to a quiet place to process all that is going on around you. The water here does not flow and therefore represents a stagnant period in your life, but there is plenty you can do to get the energy flowing again. Do not fret, as this is a time of great reflection for you. Bat Mom, see this as a time to release all that is no longer required in your life, both physically and emotionally. If you feel you can no longer see the light at the end of the tunnel, just stop and observe the beauty around you. Then, putting your own needs first, work to create what it is that you need right now. Let me say that one more again. Then, putting yourself first, putting your own needs first, work to create what it is that you need right now. Okay? This is a really important message telling you to take a step back before you become overwhelmed. If you're not overwhelmed already, there is a situation, and I get it, that you are not willing to let go of. Like, for better, for worse, for indifference, you are there, and you are going to make sure you see this through, and you are going to make sure that you fix this. What's up, Jules? That's my girl. But the universe is saying right now, like in this moment and for the next week or two, it's time to take a step back and just let the situation play out as it's supposed to. That could be really hard to accept, because I know that, you know, it's like you just want things to go right, and you don't want anyone to get hurt that you love. You just want to make everything better with the snap of your finger, and the universe is saying, don't worry. The people who need to learn lessons here are going to, whether you're involved or you're not, and you're not going to be able to stop those lessons from being learned, unfortunately. So why not take a little bit of time for yourself, rejuvenate, reinvigorate, whatever that looks like for you. If sitting back, smoking Lucky Strikes and drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, like, I don't know, I know people who totally relax like that. Just remove yourself from the situation, even if only for a few hours, because you will gain new perspective and you will be more calm and more readily able to handle whatever may be coming next.
Vixie.
Really? You're going to die on me? I charge these things constantly. Miss Pixie, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Divine Circus. You're welcome, Miss Bat Mom. Anytime. Just so you guys know, I don't think there's anyone in here. If you're waiting for readings, I have about 4 left that I'm going to get done tomorrow. I'm doing them early this month. And I'm still doing $20 personals, guys, to PayPal or CashApp, or Chime if you have Chime. And yep, $20, half price for the month of June. What's up, my girl? I miss you. We have to have a chat soon, but it probably won't be till next week because I'm soups busy on a couple deadlines. But again, I wanted to know what happened, and I know you probably mentioned it, but I just don't see the chat a lot of the time. I kind of glance at it, go on a rant, and move into a reading, and then I forget what I was reading. So a personal convo would be cool. Andrew, I totally agree. Everything around us is just an illusion, smoke and mirrors. Darling Deb, if you definitely want to get one, I will do it for you, because I think I'm finishing them up tomorrow and Friday. If you can't pay until then, I think I can trust you with $20. But that's up to you. Just let me know, and I will get it done. I have your phone number now because I think I'm just going to message you my phone number since you're not getting my emails. All right. Paranormal Pixie. I have a book for Tracy I've been meaning to mail out for an entire week. I just don't have the money to mail all these packages right now. You're welcome, Deb. Let me write you down. Where's my pen? Here we go. I am so disorganized. Darling Deb. All right, you got it. No, Mr. C, I agree. The world is definitely not what we think it is. Okay, Miss Pixie, you got Rooster Mama. Rooster Mama is her own person. She's a rebel, a maverick, a renegade, an offbeat individual who dances to her own rhythms. She is the authentic eccentric who doesn't fall in with the plans other people make for her, but creates her own consciousness with optimism and flair for self-expression. She says you are unique, positive, and rebellious too. I like that. The authentic eccentric. I might change the name of Moonbear Oracle to that. In a world where we are taught we need permission to do almost anything, it takes guts to decide to give yourself unconditional permission to be unconditionally yourself. When you do, however, an exhilarating sense of freedom, excitement, and happiness bubbles up from within. Permission to be strangely beautiful, weirdly wonderful, and divinely eccentric creates charisma, energy, and inspired ideas. Your own opinion of yourself becomes more important than the voices of fear that want to control you because they are afraid of the power within you. You have compassion for that which is enslaved by fear, but you don't buy into it. Rooster Mama sees this divine defiance in you and how it empowers you to make your own choices, to choose your own consciousness, the power to live your life in whatever way you see fit, whether others understand it or not. When the oracle of Rooster Mama appears, you are being encouraged to break with tradition, even breaking with your own traditions. Scott, if you're still here, Roger Blair, it's time to shake things up, redefine yourself, even if that means letting things get a bit wild in the henhouse for a little while. She reminds you to be bold, to be proud, and to strut your stuff. Rooster Mama brings news of a birth of something new that will be unlike anything you have ever experienced before. She protects you as you explore and experiment with the most unique, individualistic, and confident creative expression of you in your life. So be optimistic, for the light is on its way to you now, and it is, or very soon will be, time to step forward with your own unique visions and voice, which will ring loud and true through the darkness and call forth the light. Interesting that this is talking about, the card terrifies you. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Interesting that it's talking about light coming to you and you bringing light out, okay? Paranormal Pixie, I think this card has got to resonate with you, girl, because it reminded me of you from the minute I picked it up and started reading. This card is just telling you to make sure you don't allow the voices of others stop you in your tracks. You're kind of on a roll here. You're doing wonderful. You're expanding your consciousness spiritually. You're raising your vibration. And you're spreading that light by helping others, doing the hour-long or however long show on my channel on Thursday nights, joining us for Chillax and Chat. You're on the right path with that. And I do feel like this is specifically talking about your abilities, how you work on them, and how you bring them to others. And it's backing you up. But I feel like you either already have someone or several someones, or these people unfortunately are about to come in and they're going to start being judgy. They're going to start being picky. They're going to start trying to make you feel uncomfortable with what you're doing. Don't listen to them. Obviously, you know that. And if you need people to whisper in your ear and remind you of who the heck you are and that you're doing the right thing, you come right here or you message me. There are going to be some naysayers in your life very soon, okay? If they're not here already. And if they are, unfortunately, I apologize. Don't let them... I was listening to that song, Can't Nobody Take My Pride, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yes, that is you right now. What happened?
Nothing, I just couldn't think of the name of the song.
Well, I was listening to the Puff Daddy and Mace version.
Okay, do nut slap.
All right. We didn't do Mike Roberts yet, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to come back in. And if
Well,
he
that's
didn't come
okay.
back in, we'll do him.
I just didn't want to forget him.
No, I got it written down.
I know the original version too, Miss Pixie. Don't worry. But that's the song that reminds me of like that reading. I apologize. What was it? Nut slap?
Yes.
Nut slap. Let's use the Urban Crow. Pussy Willows. Girl, I remember who Mace is. Broken glass everywhere. If it ain't about the money, puff, I just don't care. I'm that good fella fly guy. Sometimes wise guy. Spend time in HAWA. I had his CD. I knew all the words to all the songs. All right, Sir Slap. I think that you are probably working, so we'll time stamp.
I'll get a die stamp because he always goes back and look.
No, I don't. I think he's still a preacher, but he did try to get back into the rap game like a few years ago. Good night, Miss Pixie. Love you. They tried to remix that song from Welcome Back, Kotter. Welcome back, your dreams. Man, he did a song to that with Puff Daddy, but he really didn't go anywhere. He left rapping when he was at his peak, and that's why. $20, Madison, to PayPal or Cash App. All right, here you go. Nuts Hab, you got the card of Wrath. Rawr. I don't know why I just did that. Feeling silly. I like it when he did, I just have to say it, the song Honey with Mariah Carey. I don't remember the whole rap, unfortunately, but I remember I just was in love with that song, with the remix. All right. Nut slap, Wrath. One day I heard the sound of what could have been 100 crows outside of my window. The person who wrote this, MJ Cullinane, talks about themselves a lot in the meanings. The sky was nearly black with swarms of angry birds dive bombing the tree outside of my apartment. A young raccoon had killed a baby crow. The energy in the air was almost palpable. You could feel the anger of the crows as well as the fear of the raccoon who clung desperately to the tree for dear life. Wrath creates a powerful energy. It can be destructive and can lead you down a path that may strain or cause friction within relationships. Wrath adds another element to anger, the element of revenge. It's not just enough for the offender to know that you're angry. They must also feel or experience that anger in some way. Wrath asks you to consider the energy that you are creating from your anger. Is it one that will in the end create a positive change in the relationship, or are you creating resentment that fuels the desire for future revenge? Although it may have been a simple event that caused the energy of anger to present itself, it is through wrath that the anger mutates and splinters, creating a breakdown in the relationship and negative emotions. I don't know what's happening right now because I don't really have a lot of time for personal conversations, and I really haven't been talking to too many people because I'm on constant deadlines. No excuse, I know. And I eventually will get it together enough to have set times to be able to chat with you guys. I'm working on it, I promise. So Nut Slap, what this card is saying is, yeah, if you're out for revenge, you best dig 2 graves. Mr. C, thank you. I don't know if you know what this card is about, but someone or something is about to make you really angry if it hasn't already. And the universe is saying, watch where you focus that energy. Because if you just sit there and you bottle it up, you are going to absolutely explode. But at the same time, you don't want to. Whatever this is, it's like it was supposed to happen so lessons could be learned. So just for example, say that this is a big blowout with your best friend since kindergarten. You guys are still friends. You had a big blowout. You're pissed. You never want to see him again. He never wants to see you again. The universe is saying, yeah, but you guys were meant to see each other again. It's kind of something that could blow over unless you stir the pot and let the anger get the best of you, which is a real possibility. I don't know what happened. Maybe you're waiting for an apology, or maybe you will be waiting for an apology. It's probably not going to come. It's best to just bury the hatchet and either move on, or just accept that it happened and get back into the friendship or relationship, whatever it is, or make friends with the person again without bringing it up again. I don't think you're going to be getting an apology. If you act or react out of anger, you know, we deal with narcissists. It's called reactive abuse. It is a real thing. I've looked a lot into it. When they keep baiting you and baiting you and baiting you, and after so long of trying to be nice and trying to express yourself, you snap and start screaming. And then suddenly the argument is no longer about the fact that they cheated. It's about how crazy you are. Look how you're screaming, blah, blah, blah. That type of energy, okay? Do not expect an apology from this person. You have to find a way to get through this on your own. Nick Y, what's up? I'm sorry I'm eating, guys, but these are delicious. Andrew, why don't you wait for a reading?
He's next.
Andrew, I'm going to read for you right now.
Why are you leaving anyway?
If he's not still here, timestamp. Andrew, you're also getting a June reading for that $30 donation last month. I meant to do it for May, but I just couldn't get it out in time. Taco Bell. All right, Andrew, I'm using Dell on wait. If you're not listening anymore, we'll timestamp it.
$5.
Got to read for my regulars. Nick, you too. Don't leave without a reading, bruh.
So you're doing Andrew now?
Andrew.
Okay.
Vasilisa the Brave. Yes, we know. We know his voice. We know. Do better, Gemma. Card number 11. Yes, please do. And if you get really freaked out, message me and I will bring you back down to earth. I promise. I can promise you that.
She'll slap you right in the nuts.
My cruel stepmother sent me to Baba Yaga's hut to get some fire. Luckily, I carried my magical doll with me. The witch asked me to perform some domestic tasks for her to earn my fire. My doll helped me. After a while, Baba Yaga sent me home with a skull lantern full of burning coals. Once at home, the coals burned my stepmother and stepsisters. I ended up marrying a czar and living happily ever after with my husband, father, and doll. You are going to need courage and bravery, Andrew, because some hard times are coming your way. You will have to accomplish very demanding tasks, yet don't be frightened. You will be helped all along the way. And through patience and perseverance, you will find your way home. Keep going. Don't lose hope. In the end, your enemies will be neutralized and you will get to start a new and happy chapter in your life. Andrew, some hard times are coming. This keeps coming up over and over again, okay? And it's not like the bearer of bad news. It's like it's one more test, quote unquote, one more trial tribulation task you need to complete, trial tribulation test you need to get through in order to spiritually ascend, to vibrate a little bit higher. Every time we get through these terrible, horrific, and sometimes just annoying things, we vibrate a little higher each time. Hey, mama, welcome, welcome. So the universe is saying, just keep doing what you're doing. Try your best not to worry about it. This is like the rolling theme this week. Try not to focus too much on the negative that's happening. And if you start feeling yourself doing that, start looking around and focusing on all the positive. Say it's issues at work, focus on the fact that you have a job, you have steady income, things like that. We got to get Donna in before she falls asleep, but we could do whoever was next, and then Donna and her friend Lynn.
Then Darling Deb.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to put Donna ahead because she is a regular. She's a friend of mine, and she goes to bed very early. And I know she actually does. She doesn't just say that to get readings. Darling Deb, I'm going to use the Wonderland Oracle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anna, you are so right. Yeah, Anna said, that's why I say it all the time. It's all a test, how you react in good times and bad. And You are rewarded when you persevere and pull through. Trust me, you are, even if it's in the tiniest little ways that you don't see. But if you really stop and think about it, probably like 5 years later, you're like, oh crap, I got kicked out of my house and had nowhere to go so that I can meet this person. You know how I met RJ's dad? I was depressed, walking, wearing a sundress in the pouring rain, the streets of Patterson, sick and desperate. And he pulled up and he just said, "Do you need a ride somewhere?" And he smiled at me and he was pleasant and he gave me a long sleeve shirt to wear. He didn't know me. He gave me some money. He got me some food and off he went. If I hadn't been sick that day, walking around in the rain like an idiot, I never would have had RJ. Although he's my twin flame, so I'm sure I would have ran into him eventually, but you know what I mean. No, Batmom, don't say that. You have to say, I persevere. I get through them. Fake it till you make it, baby. Mike Roberts, that card was talking about a stepmother, and I've been missing in action because stepmommy had a lot of wine, and we were having a deep conversation. Oh, no worries. I didn't read for you yet, Mike. This is for Darling Deb. Then we got Donna and Lynn. Mike, we figured you'd come back, so we didn't read for you yet. All right, Darling Deb. I want to be a queen. Stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, and passing a test. And yes, we're all mostly human, is what I say. Okay, Mike, you get through them and you kick their butt every single time. King Kong ain't got nothing on you. All right, card number 33, Darling Deb. See, this is when I get to be myself. Authentically goofy and silly and hopefully funny and just light. I don't want to be anybody's prisoner. I want to be a queen. So you will when you've crossed the next brook, said the White Knight. When Alice declares she does not want to be anybody's prisoner, she is establishing her self-determination. She is a free person, even in the strange world she finds herself within. She will not allow herself to be imprisoned, enslaved, or taken into captivity, even if her incarceration was to be comfortable. She declares her intent strongly. She wants to be a queen, a ruler in her own right, a person who has power, influence, and will take charge of herself in her own little world. And she will embrace all the responsibility and scrutiny that comes with that role. When this card comes to you, you're being asked to free yourself from any captivity, enslavement, or imprisonment. You do not wish to be anybody's prisoner. You were born to be free. It is time to liberate yourself, Deb, from any shackles and embrace your innate power. You also want to go further than freedom. You are seeking power, not so much power over others, but the kind of power that sees you able to help yourself make wonderful choices, rule with justice and compassion, and forge your own destiny. You are ready to become the queen and make your own choices in your own way and in your own time. You are set to rule your own world, indeed, to shape your own world. You will no longer ask for permission to come and go. You will declare, make the rules, and decide what takes place in your dominion. Instead of fearing your power, you will embrace it and the enormous energy that comes with stepping into your own potential. Deb, the divination is raising your status. You are taking charge of your life, making decisions for yourself, and setting rules and boundaries that work for you. Declaring your independence, becoming powerful and influential, wanting to embrace your own potential. This is a great card. I don't know what you're going through, what you just got through, but you are enforcing boundaries. You're making sure people know that you ain't no fool no more. You don't cry the tears of a clown no more, right? You are stepping into your power as the queen of your land, of yourself, of your energy. And I hope that this is already happening, but if not, in the next week or two, it's like you're so protective of your energy. You've made significant changes. You've made purposeful changes. And life is getting better. Life is good. Life is great. The universe is just reminding you, keep declaring that, even if it's only to yourself. Keep being protective of your energy and what's yours, and keep enforcing those boundaries. Don't let little manipulating liars, narcos sneak their little energy in there, okay? Because you've got this. You are doing tremendously amazing. Keep doing what you're doing because it is working. Donna. Right? Donna, are you still here? Going through, I'm changing doctors and trying to got to move on with my life. Yes, exactly. Donna, I am using the Wild Woman Oracle for you, and then I'll read for Liz after you. Do the Running Man for you. I can't do it standing. I can't do it sitting down. You gonna make me a London broil dinner at 2:30 in the morning again? I used to drink, okay? And she did it. She made me a London broil, whole dinner, the whole shebang too. It wasn't just meat. I don't remember what else she made, but full-blown dinner in the middle of the night. That's my girl. All right, Donna. I don't see anything in there. Oops. Did you put it in regular comments?
Oh, duh.
What happened?
I just didn't hit the button.
Oh. Making me blush. I know you would, Donna, and I'm going to get to see you really soon. This weekend I will be at my mom's, but I think the following weekend I'm going to get out to come and see you, hang out for the day, and just get together. Card number 31, Donna, you got Time of the Black Jaguar. Ooh, I haven't pulled this card yet. It's the card of destruction. Deb, you did just get married. You know what, girl? Don't worry about that 20. I got you as a wedding present, okay? So don't worry about it. I'll send you the reading when it's done. Donna, what was a time of seeming misfortune in your past that in hindsight led you to develop greater self-respect and personal sovereignty? The Morrigan reminds you, oh, this is not... See, I hate when I do that. That was card 21 because now I feel like the Morrigan was your card. What positive changes might arise out of the destruction and difficulty you are currently going through? The Black Jaguar acknowledges that while you may be going through a very difficult season in your life, so much so that you might even feel victimized, know that these trials and tribulations, yeah, you're welcome, no worries, are occurring in order to bring much needed positive change and healing into your life. Donna, you have been out of alignment with the natural rhythms of your higher self and Pachamama, Mother Earth herself, for far too long. So now is the time to destroy harmful beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors that hinder you from reaching your greatest potential. Sacred to many indigenous peoples of Central and South America, the Black Jaguar is the destructive yet healing agent of the Earth Goddess Pachamama. It arrives in our lives when old unhealthy patterns and behaviors need to die for once and for all. In order to do so, Black Jaguar may bring us to our knees through a crisis like divorce, health issues, or job loss, abruptly awakening us to our own excuses, toxic habits, and poor choices that must now be changed. And you've done this. You've accepted your role in what's happening to you right now, or what you're not happening to you, what you're going through right now. And I feel like that's what this is talking about, just like being more mindful of the role you play in the things that go on in your life. Good night, Bat Mom. Love you. To the indigenous peoples of Latin America, the Black Jaguar is related to death, the healing powers of thunder and lightning, and all sacred forces that purify and renew life when it becomes stagnant or sick. Black Jaguar does not provide a slow healing, but swiftly and mercilessly destroys that which no longer serves us. It says, enough is enough. Time for change is now. Though it can feel like a punishment, Donna, her medicine is meant to protect you, ensure the healthy continuity of life, and free you from superficiality. Yeah, I feel like let's send Smoochie's grandson love, light, and healing, please, little Wolfie. Please, guys, Adam, if you like candles, if you pray, if you just send out energy, please, please, please do that. Donna, this card is saying exactly what's going on. You know, you're in kind of a crisis right now. And hold that thought. You're in a crisis right now, and The universe just wants you to take responsibility and be accountable for your part in it. And then understand once you do that, which you've already done. I mean, you've said it a million times. I can't believe I did this. You know, you've taken that, but you've got to get rid of any guilt, shame, regret, any fear. You have to just understand that the universe will take care of you. You're accountable. You're responsible. You've stopped the toxic behaviors, if there were any. You know, I don't like putting people's personal things out there. And now the universe is like, okay, stop dwelling and start trusting. You've gotten through the worst of it. You're moving on to calmer shores and a brighter horizon. Let me do Liz real quick, and then I want to ask you, tell Aunt Edna something. Liz, I am going to use the Gothic Oracle, Anne Stokes Gothic, not Victoria Francis. I have 2 Gothic oracles here. Look at that, Aunt Edna, right on top. All right, this is for Donna's friend Liz. She's a sweetheart. I met her and we got pizza. I actually read for her a 3-card. Lynn, I'm so sorry. I keep calling her Liz. Lynn, I apologize, honey. I gave her a 3-card reading with Oracle of the Divine Circus in the middle of the pizza place. All right, Miss Lynn. The owls always remind me of Aunt Edna, always. And you're right. The sophisticated, beautiful, and wise owl, Aunt Edna. That is you. I literally consider you an aunt. You know, if I had your phone number, I'd probably text you for advice a lot of the time. All right. Lynn, you got the blue moon. The card of luck. Beneath the moon, a girl and her unicorn companion bathe in the blue light. Within the dark forest, wildlife can be seen. In this opportune moment, an owl wings his way through the trees. A blue moon is considered a rarity, bringing to mind the popular expression once in a blue moon. In actuality, it is the name given to the appearance of a second full moon in one calendar month. On average, a blue moon occurs every 2.5 years. Because of the infrequency of the event, this card is connected to luck and the seemingly impossible becoming possible. When its magnificent glow lights a reading, it suggests that you will become the beneficiary of prosperity. This occurrence, however, may not be expected since the card, like the blue moon, is out of the ordinary. Luck is on your side, Lynn. Fortune will favor you and you'll be likely in the right place at the right time. Surprise opportunities and random synchronicities are part of this card's message. Whether you find a little extra than you thought in your bank account this month or meet with someone who could positively change your life. Lynn, this is an amazing card. Oh, thank you, Aunt Edna. It's so sweet. I really do feel that way, though. Lynn, this card is saying that you can expect, and I am seeing it being financial, but it could be anything that you've been hoping for or something that can completely change your life for the better, okay? So I do feel like it's going to be like found money, like an inheritance. And I don't mean like someone dies and leaves you money. Everyone's always like, an inheritance, who's going to die? No, that's not what I mean. I just mean you're something is coming into you, and it's something that's going to help you out along the way. That's why I feel like it's money. It could be like someone gives you something very valuable. I'm seeing financial resources in your near future rising. Okay. And try to accept opportunities to like get out of your house more and to go places, because I feel like this inheritance or this item, whatever it is, this beautiful luck, quote unquote, that's coming in for you is going to be synchronistic, because it's like you're not expecting it at all. Like you run into an old friend you haven't seen in 10 years because you decided to walk on the boardwalk. And then as you getting a soda with them, they suddenly win the lottery and decide to give you $100,000. Like there's something like it's going to be event to event to event. And then boom, you're totally on top of the world and something amazing and quite unbelievable has happened to you. And that's how I see this. So keep your eyes open. It cannot happen if you're sitting at home doing nothing, and it's not going to involve the computer, the internet, or your phone. Hey, dirty, baby, I got your money, don't you worry. I said, hey. Yeah, and not all meats, but I've noticed poultry. I've been having quite the aversion. And it's weird because I'm going to have some watermelon right after this stream. It's weird because a couple days ago, Lotus Girl messaged me and asked me if I was feeling a little wonky, like for no reason. And I was like, yeah, actually I am. And I woke up feeling strange, like so energetically unbalanced that it was noticeable. So I messaged, she's like, ask Ghost Dragon. So I messaged him and he's like, actually, now that you mention it, yeah, I feel weird. And it was just, I think it was 3 days ago. You're welcome, Mama. I love you. It was so bizarre. And like, it was Monday, I think Sunday or Monday. And it was like every day after that, including today, it was like a little bit less, but it's still there. Like I wake up feeling disoriented, confused, and I wonder what's going on while I'm sleeping. But the aversion to meat, yes, but only poultry in my case. And I've actually been like craving red meat, like bloody. I don't know. I can't really talk about it on YouTube because you can't say that word that I just said. I'll get a limited monetization on this like I do everything else. The stream where we talked about the pink grays, they limited monetized me and kept it that way after a human review saying that it was bad for ad revenue. It wasn't ad suitable. Oh, not me, honey. I'm a meatitarian. I'll tell you what. Who's next?
Who's next? Oh, I'm sorry. That's Mac.
Mac. Give you a break? What happened? Mac. Let's do myths and mermaids. Mac, myths and mermaids. I don't think you guys are seeing it on your end, but every like 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, the screen goes blank. You see it, but when I review the video, sometimes, I don't do it all the time anymore, but like if I'm doing something else, I'm listening or watching, I don't see it happening. Watermelon and green juice. New England Dirt Roadie, you know what? I want to know, what is green juice? Because I have super greens and I mix it with water, but it's not something I can walk around drinking all day. I have to chug it through a straw really quick to get it in. I am, and I feel like I am PG. Like, I wasn't doing anything except trying to spread awareness of spirituality and raise the vibration. I was talking about the collective consciousness. I was talking about peace and love. It's like so hippy dippy, and they limited me because I was talking about extraterrestrials. That's why, guys, your donations go a long way. I had to pay $26 for StreamYard today just to be able to stream all month, you know? So I do appreciate it. I know times are hard, and I never get angry or upset. You can ask Ghost Dragons. I never complain or anything like that about donations. But if you guys have it, yeah, New England Dirt Roadie, why don't you do that? Okay. It would be a lot easier for me to watch it and find this time. I'm not as technologically challenged. But I would appreciate it. I really would. Because first of all, I forgot all about the first video. I do apologize. We weren't quite as close then. So while it registered, I wasn't in a position to even have the ingredients. So if you can do that, I would love to, because I've been thinking it's so crazy you said green juice, because I've been hearing a couple of people talk about that. I've seen it on TV and I'm like, it can't possibly be just super greens and water because that stuff is nasty. Okay, Mac. You got a certain slant of light, card number 28. And the first thing I'm hearing in my head, Mac, when I pulled this card before even reading is a change of perspective, how you're looking at something. A pensive mermaid lies in her grassy pond, waiting for an answer to come to her. A grand light shines from above, illuminating her and her surroundings in a moment of divine insight and understanding. Darkness and confusion are commonplace in this world, Mac, but do not worry. Illumination is coming in the form of a new way of viewing your environment or situation. Some call it divine insight and others enlightenment. Either way, be prepared for a new perspective. A sudden shift in thinking will arise from the uncovering of unknown facts, opinions, or desires. or desires. These new points will help you to understand where you are now and help you to answer some of the questions that have been gnawing at you for some time. Be prepared, though. The illumination may be subtle and easy to miss. Keep your eyes open and your spirit curious so that you do not miss out on the illumination you have been so long waiting for. Someone is keeping something from you. Normally, I would say your intuition probably knows what this is and what it's about. But what I'll say now is I'm not so sure. This could be a situation. I'm still drinking the 310 nutrition shakes. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. There could be an inkling that like someone's hiding something from you. Somebody's lying to you flat out. I think it's someone's flat out lying to you. But I'm not sure if you realize it yet. You may still be caught up in the whirlwind. But someone is definitely selling you a bill of goods. Like they're selling you the Brooklyn Bridge, unfortunately. And I don't want you to end up getting hurt. And neither, of course, does your spirit team. So please be very careful with who you trust and who you give your heart to. Remember, the heart is the biggest liar. It will tell you what you want to hear. It will tell you whatever it can to make you feel better. The brain sometimes is a little too reasonable and thinks too much, overthinks, overwhelms us. Your gut, your instinct, your intuition, your reptile brain always knows what's going on. You have to tap and tune into it to find out. So if you're suspicious that someone's lying or not telling you the whole truth, and remember, guys, lying by omission is still lying. Okay, like if you ask someone if they're married and they say no, and then you later find out they're in an 8-year relationship, that's lying by omission. If you know, there's so many different ways you can do it. It's like telling almost the whole truth, but leaving out the part that would negatively affect them. Okay, remember that. And people do this sometimes to protect you. You know, it could be that this person just doesn't want to hurt you. All right. But the fact of the matter is, it's a red flag. And if you don't see the red flag, keep focusing your intuition on people, especially new people in your life and possibly in a romantic capacity. Not sure. Guys, I don't know how many people are next, but I really have to use the potty. So give me a minute or two. You know that I'm always quick, so I will be right back. I'm going to chow these down. Ghost dragons, talk. Don't leave silence.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying. I don't know what to say in a voice like this. Mike, you'll be fine, dude. Just don't give up, man. You gotta better your attitude. And I know you got a good attitude. Hello, baby UFO. How you doing? Yeah, I got a squeaky voice tonight. Well, I had it Monday too. Hold on. So what everybody else doing? You can yell at me. I yell like I can yell. I'll make sure she sees that, Mac. No, it's just the threats and everything that's going on that caught up. I feel great. I don't feel bad at all. It just doesn't want, my voice just doesn't want to work. She doesn't get to hear this that much.
I forgot about your voice. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I've thought about Smoochie.
I can hear it already. Yeah, Gemma, give the guy a break.
Like, do I look like I'm upset?
Guys, listen to this. So, baby UFO, what's up? So, my cat. Remember the issues I was having with the cat? So I'll give you guys an update. This girl I kind of know from Facebook that I talk to all the time And then I met in real life once or twice. She's really friendly. She's a sweetheart. I love her. She leaves several messages on my Facebook for me to get in touch with her because she knows a shelter that will take the cat. Or she said either she will take the cat or her boss has a barn, like a farm, in Cranford, New Jersey, out in like the boonies. So finally, I'm like, all right, I need to get rid of this cat. Yay, Charlie. So I finally message her. She's an animal control officer. She says, don't worry about it. Her boss is going to make Ralphie a barn cat. No big deal. This was last Friday. So I was really tired, and like there was some reason that she was like, I could do it later. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it tomorrow. Saturday, I message her like, hey, what time are you coming? I hear nothing back. I message her again. I'm like, do you need to wait till Monday? Like, I really need to know what's going on. I hear nothing. All weekend ghosts me. Sunday afternoon, she's like, sorry about that. Whatever happened, but we're going to do this tomorrow. So I message her around noon on Monday, and I'm like, hey, are you coming to get the cat? Are we doing this? I was like, hey, Mom, are we doing this today? She's like, yeah, I got attacked by a raccoon. She sent me a picture of her hospital bracelet. She's like, but I'm going to be there later. I'm like, are you sure? Do you need till tomorrow? I just need to know that the cat is leaving because I can't take anymore. The cat can't take anymore. Like, he has to go somewhere where he will be happy. She's like, no, I'll be there. Haven't heard a word from her since. Who does that? Why would you do that? Why would you come out of the woodwork and offer? I didn't even ask. That's so cruel because in the meantime, I could have been trying to make other arrangements. But now I'm held up an extra 5 days with this cat because I thought someone was going to help me. I offered to pay gas. She's like, don't worry about it. You're my girl. I got you. LOL. No big deal. And it's like, okay, well, all right, who's next?
Jules.
I thought I read for her, but I'm probably...
No, you did not yet.
I'm going to use the wild woman for Jules. Yeah, it really upset me because she didn't have to offer. It's not like I went to her and said, hey, girl, can you help me out with this cat? She offered many times.
Many times.
Right? You saw it all over the wall.
Yeah.
And now I feel like, I don't like confrontation. I feel like if I ask her what's up, it's going to come off as I'm being mean because I don't talk on the phone. So I'll text her like, hey, why would you do that? And there's no way I can ask her that without sounding like I'm being confrontational. But I want to know, why did she do that? Why? Like, why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know her to be like an addict or someone that's like untrustworthy. She's a single mom to her son. She's a great girl. I admire her strength. She's beautiful. I just don't know why she would do me dirty like that. Yeah, that's why I chose this for you. You got wild energy. Nick Y, hang out. You're after Jules. Baby UFO, it's nice to see you. Mike Roberts, you're so sweet. I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow, okay? We got to get that in once a week for you until you're feeling better. Weaver of the web of... It's constant alliteration. Weaver of the web of life. Cooperation, card number 8. Jules, in which areas of your life, both in thought and deed, can you spin more webs of cooperation? Oh, I don't want any more now. This cat has totally ruined me on cats, but I will send you a video. After stream, I'm going to send you a video. Yeah, I hope that she does too, just to be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have ghosted you, but this is what happened. It won't be a big deal. I'm the kind of person, like, to my detriment, doormat personality, that an apology, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm never offended. It's very hard to offend me or get me to the point where I won't talk to you anymore or where I'll like snub you. A simple apology and explanation, and I'm eating out of the palm of your hand. I hope she does that, because it really made me think differently about her. And I really liked her as a human being. Jules, wake up to the wisdom of the ancestors who taught of humanity's great strength and creativity, yet simultaneously warned off its fragility and ultimate mortality. Our thoughts and creative energy have so often been used to spin webs of greed and competition, but the grandmother spider reminds us that we also have the power to spin webs of generosity and cooperation. You have the power, the responsibility even, to honor the primordial feminine sustaining force within yourself, planet, Earth, and the universe. Grandmother Spider, or Spider Woman, is a prominent figure in the folklore of many Native American peoples. To the Hopis, she is the creator of the human race and all animals that walk, crawl, swim, and fly on Earth. The Navajo believe she taught their people the art of weaving and agriculture and helped to defeat monsters. To the Ojibwe, she is known as Sibikash, who taught the women how to weave dream catchers, magical webs made of willow hoops and sinew, to hang above their babies' cradles and trap nightmares. Spider Woman is usually depicted as an elderly woman, as many Native American societies are traditionally matriarchal. The title grandmother is an honorific denoting a woman of great wisdom and knowledge. So, Grandmother Spider is in many ways a symbol of the feminine creative force and a mode of leadership that promotes harmony and balance among all life forms by emphasizing partnership, not dominance, and cooperation, not greed. Jules, I feel like this card is just telling you to don't let them get to you. And I do feel like it's masculine energy in the form of a male. So sometimes I'll get, I won't get the gender, or I don't even like the word gender anymore, the sexual identity, and I'll say, male or female. Or I'll say it's masculine energy, but it could be a female with a lot of masculine in their chart. No, this is men, plural. I don't know who they are. Pancake, hi. Oh, I was hoping you're feeling better. Ralph and Cassie Francis, hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel your pain. Jules, these two men, it could be one that's like extra dominant, but I just feel, I see two. They're like getting in your personal space. They're getting involved in your business, or they want to. And I don't feel like I'm getting like a little bit of a protective energy, but I think it's more of a dominance thing. I feel like you've really come into yourself and you've really stepped into your power, and you're dominating, you're dominating your own life. You're doing your own thing. You are a wild woman. You're a multifaceted. You are beautiful. I love you and I love your energy. These two guys cannot handle it. And it's not the Native Americans that protect you either. It's actual physical living people. So I don't know if you know who these people are, if they haven't come in yet. Maybe there's one. They're like silently judging you. And all you're doing is you. I feel like the universe is just saying, keep doing you. Keep weaving webs of cooperation, compassion. Let them weave their own, okay, to their own detriment. Don't try to help them. Spread light to them, of course, but don't reach out. Don't try to explain yourself. Don't apologize, okay, because you have done nothing wrong. And just let them sit in their own misery and judgment until finally they realize that it's not going to affect you. Do not let it affect your energy. Nikki! Nick, I'm going to use the liminal spirits, gateway to the liminal spirits. I don't keep they are breaking your web apart? Or you mean if you don't keep their feelers off? You have to, because it's going to be detrimental to your physical health, your spiritual well-being, and that worries me. You have to just stand in your power and understand that you have done and are doing nothing wrong. If you really think you've done something wrong, then apologize and move on. I mean, that's all we can do when we've done something wrong. And it's like me, all I expect, and it's my own fault because I have expectation, and we're not supposed to love with expectation or have any. Sometimes I would like an explanation or an apology. And that's good enough for me. And I know someone will say, well, no, it's not, it's never is. And my response to that would be, when was the last time you tried? Like the person who called me a phony when someone told me that I made their day better and I made them shine brighter and I made them cry with positive emotion because of how kind I always am to them. And to say that I'm a phony, well, how would you know? You haven't done a thing to get to know me since I got out of my addiction. Lies and false reports. I've done nothing. The authorities know this. My spirits know this. And God knows this. They're hell-bent on tearing my web to the ground, my life, my universe. Because, yes, they have so much dark inside that your light literally offends them now. You have to understand how much brighter you're glowing, Jules. You have to remove yourself and stay removed. Don't get baited in. They're going to bait you. They're going to gaslight you. Don't fall for it. Nick, you got the salamander. Toad, salamander, fish. That makes sense.
I love salamander.
Perfection is only possible through fire. Yeah. And I mean, most of us in here are human beings, partially human, right? At least. Some of us have fey blood. Some of us have extraterrestrial blood. Like, without getting into the semantics of it, we are only able to behave humanly for the most part towards others. All we can do is be accountable. But when you say you're sorry, it's like, if you don't say sorry, it means you don't think you did anything wrong, in my opinion. So to me, that means you're going to keep repeating the behavior, no matter how it affects the other person. And that's the kind of energy you're dealing with. Nick, this little water dragon symbolizes vitality, bravery, courage, renewal, growth, and spiritual pursuits. In alchemical lore, the salamander is believed to be a fire eater and able to quench flames with its body, emerging unscathed. When trapped or injured, it is able to shed and regrow a whole tail and limbs. Its regenerative abilities, combined with its often bright and fiery markings, give the salamander a reputation for being feisty, vivacious, and enduring. It brings life and light to dark and cold places. I don't know where Shelly is. I hope she's okay. Guys, don't forget, if you can donate to PayPal or Cash App, I really do appreciate it. It helps me get through because I get paid once a month. Nick, the salamander says it's time to summon your courage and be bold. You've got this. Despite suffering a loss, you will recover. Give yourself time and space to heal. Find your inner fire. Isn't that synchronistic? We're talking about fire. Find your inner fire. What makes your heart beat faster and passion flow through your veins? Kindle this flame, and as it will get you through difficult times. So there's a loss here somewhere. Okay. Oh, I read that wrong, Blue Crossroads. The ropers. Whoops. Vowels, they make a difference. Nikki. So there is a loss here. Despite my positive energy over here, there's something going on with you. I feel like it is the loss of a person. I don't know if it's through death, though. It could just be the total breaking apart of a friendship or a relationship, a situationship, something like that. You're losing someone close to you. I feel like while it's going to hurt, it's like it's been a long time coming. Either if it is a death, it's like someone that's been sick for a long time. I don't see that, though. It could be that. There's like a 2% chance, but there's a 98% chance you're just ending a relationship for good. And for good, you know, how long for good is up to you. The universe is saying it should definitely be a forever thing. You need to cut this person off and leave them cut off, but it's going to hurt. And the universe is saying, but how much more will it hurt if you stay in the situation? That's going to be ongoing, indefinite pain. Whereas if you just cut ties and cut that cord and move forward, you will find someone that's either a better friend or that treats you better in a partnership, or that, you know, if it's a boss or like a work situation, someone that pays you better and appreciates you. If you stay in whatever this is, it's just going to be bad for you. There's nothing good that can come of this relationship, situation, or friendship. This is what keeps happening. Oh my gosh, my Uncle Ray used to drink Meisterbrow. Wow. I haven't heard of that in so long. He used to drink Meisterbrow. I think my Uncle Mike too. Who's next? Oh, multifaceted Jules. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Oh, Jules says, and I have to post this, humble bragging. Thank you. Lovely gifted giver is higher light and messenger. You are without question gifted and see things that others don't. Invaluable messages you've given me tonight. Much love. Mwah. Right back at you, baby girl. And thank you. That validation from you guys means a lot to me. And it's not because I'm a narcissist. It's because I know that I'm doing the right thing on my spiritual path and journey. And I wish that some people would just get to know me again and understand that I'm a grown woman now, not an 86-pound drug addict. But unfortunately, some people don't see it that way. Mike?
Got your dragon decks? Do you have
On me? On me, no. I'm sorry, I don't. They're at mom's. I only have like 30 decks here. And I've been grabbing them randomly. I was in a wedding once and got wine drunk. I woke up in a hotel room I don't remember getting with everything but my socks and shoes off. I was wearing a tuxedo. Wine drunk for me usually makes me mean. I remember playing beer pong with, call me Mr. Flintstone, Billy. I was with him for like 5 years. And before the substances got involved, we would hang out with people and drink and have fun. And I met one of his lifelong friends named Ilya, who I now call my grandfather and stay in touch with. We played beer pong. We had a great night. Ilya loved me. And then the next time I was at his house, there were these other girls there that had gone to high school. And Billy was like this popular guy in high school. And they were all like, oh my God, you're so lucky, this and that. And I'm just like, ew. So I decided to drink some wine. Well, I got mean. And I remember Ilya being like, Gemma, you're a bro. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, you're right. I need to go take a nap. And then I got back up and pounded some beer and I was good. I did wet the bed though, because I drank so much. I don't drink anymore, guys. Okay. I could have a drink if I wanted to. I couldn't get drunk though. They call it spirits for a reason. Amen. Amen to that. Mike. Let's see what the fairy tale deck has in store for you. Red Riding Hood, Rites of Passage. Oh, yeah. Perfect card. Card number 14. It's funny because I turned to card number 13, which was Thumbelina, which is actually the card of expectations, which is one of my biggest lessons that I'm learning through right now is to stop having expectations because I am disappointed all of the time. I just walk around heartbroken because of my own dying expectations. All right, Mike, do not leave the path. This is one of the most evocative and This is one of the most evocative and psychological of all fairy tales. The red cloak, the walk through the woods, the foods and fruits taken to grandma, the wolf, and the attempt at deceit. Red Riding Hood is a story of initiation into adulthood, mature womanhood, a coming-of-age story that is violent and dark and bloody, for within it, the red cloak represents the maturity of the young woman. It is the blood that now flows from her womb, meaning she has left childhood behind, at least on a physical level. But she is attached to her family. Her love and care for her grandmother is foremost, and she undertakes a journey through the wild, dark forest, clothed only in her red cloak, her matador's cloak, her shield, and at once an invitation and a protection. The wolf is every creature that ever hoped to prey upon her innocence. Good night, Matt. He solicits her friendship and grooms her for victimhood and does all he can to overwhelm her suspicion. This is a long one. With charm and false reassurances. The road to the grandma's house symbolizes the road of her life, the journey of her eventual and possible old age. This is a tale of the dangers of being female, of the unpredictable natural world, of the predatory nature of some men, and the way in which so many will stalk and groom their potential victims. Listen, there is no gender assignment in tarot or oracle, okay? So take this as it resonates, Michael. This is a powerful, powerful tale. The wild nature of Red Riding Hood is within her, as she too is being a passion of desire and is coming into a time to express that. Innocence is something that the world can sense and attempt to exploit. The predatory nature of so many human beings is here for all to see, the instinct of both men and women that makes them wish to devour another. Ultimately, this tale is about the truth that other people, not wolves, are not who they seem to be, not who they say they are, and even their actions can be highly manipulative and deceptive. Those in whom we trust may be grooming us to harm us, and it is that easy, innocent giving of trust which can make us most vulnerable on our journey through life to deliver the sweet rewards to our older self. If we are to become an elder, we must learn to discern between those who we can trust and those who we cannot. In one of the earliest versions of the tale by Charles Perrault, we know that the walk through the woods is our whole life. We are often urged to stay on the path, to not give in to our own ability to become wild, to even do harm. In this way, we know the tale is not just about avoiding the predators, but about avoiding our own predatory nature. So when this card comes to you, when this card comes to you, not only are you being asked to be very, very, very wary of who you give your trust to, Mike, you are being asked to focus on the task, to live long, to grow old, to prosper, and to be rewarded. You are also being asked to be aware of your own ability to become distracted, diverted, to lose focus, and even to take advantage of others yourself. This is no insult. It is a truth that all of our natures have this potential in them. So for now, be careful of trusting. Do not give in to your own temptations to become the wolf. And for now, stay on the path of what will bring out the very best within your own nature, for the path of life is long if we are fortunate, and the road to becoming old is always full of danger. Stay safe and know that words and deeds do not tell us all about those we meet along life's journey. Your instincts will advise you. Do not be delayed or diverted. Remember who you are, Mike, and remember where you are going. Wow. That was deep. That was a really deep message. And I knew as soon as I pulled the card. Mike, you were on your own journey, and it's not only spiritual. We've been talking about you getting out of where you are. There is too much manipulation in your path. You have so many distractions and diversions. This is a warning of relapse. And I only put that out there because you've talked about it in chat before, okay? No, I would never, ever talk about that unless someone already did it themselves. This is a warning. If you don't get out, you are going to lose everything. And the road of your life is not going to last much longer. I feel like you feel this obligatory need to constantly please one person, okay? And this person, I feel like there's more than one, but one in particular, this person knows that. And like I said, in your last couple of readings, they're holding something over your head like, oh yeah, you don't want to listen to me? Well, you won't see your son. Oh yeah, you don't want to listen to me? Well then, get out of my house. Things like that. Like, don't you want this? Don't you want this, little boy? Come jump. Do a trick for mommy. If you don't get out of there, it's going to be really bad for you. And it scares me. And I've been saying it to you for weeks now. So it's not just this card, but this card just backs up everything I've been telling you. Okay? Please, please. I know it's not easy. Like I said, if someone told me that Spirit wanted me to leave New Jersey and I trusted that person, I would be terrified. Where do I go? What do I do? But you have friends here. Be proud of it, because being that person in those moments made you who you are. If it wasn't for my addiction, I would not be sitting here with you guys today. I would have taken a different path, a different journey. Mike, you've got to get out. Please, buddy. Who's next? Baby UFO? You're on mute, Ghost Dragons.
Thank you for reading my lips.
I just remembered, actually.
Oh, okay.
Insert Pepe hyped emoji. Well, keep me posted. And like I said, I'll try to make like 15, 20 minutes tomorrow. Just in case there's anything you need to get off your chest. You know, I'm here. people always vent to me through text. They send me like 6-page messages. I read them and I don't usually respond because I know that they're just venting. Sometimes people just vent. They're not asking for advice. And I think as human beings and as healers and light workers and light givers and bringers, we always want to put on our Superman and Superwoman capes and save others. But I feel like sometimes people are just reaching out to get it off their chest. I don't know what that means, Smoochie, but that's going to get me in trouble. You stood up once to break one cycle. That means you can do it again with this one. Blue Crossroads. Exactly. You have friends now.
No, she's talking about people who do inhalers get real worse.
I can't, honey, I'm sorry. I can't understand you. Oh, go ahead.
It's all right. I'm just saying. She was talking about people on inhalers a lot. I have a problem with this kind of voice. Inhaler.
Oh, okay. Chillin' Charlie, thank you. My daughter, Eliana, bought these for me for my birthday, along with a candle that's champagne toast, a Pisces keychain. They got me a bunch of stuff. They got me a huge pink coffee mug with fake pink crystals coming out of it. And it said I run on coffee and crystals. I don't really drink coffee, but the mug was gorgeous. So sweet. Because they forgot my birthday. So the next time we saw them, we went to P.F. Chang's and we had something to eat. And we were in the mall. So they got me a bunch of little stuff. And it was adorable. And, you know, I appreciate that relationship I'm able to have with my daughter. All right. Baby UFO. Less talky, more ready. I know. I used to, Mike Roberts, great song, great motivator. And Baby UFO, I used to. Once I stopped smoking cigarettes, though, coffee kind of lost its flavor for me. And I knew it was gonna. All right. I used to smoke like 2 packs, 3 packs a day in my addiction. I was just like, bah. All right. Baby UFO card number 32. Memories, lessons learned, choices made. Memory is the diary that we all carry around with us. Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest. A woman closes her eyes as she contemplates treasured memories from the past. She releases to the world all the details of her thoughts and feelings, successes and failures, good times and bad. Remembered moments fly about her as pages from a diary swirl like falling leaves. From an open locket, a golden light streams with images of love lost but not forgotten. Embracing a favorite doll that remains with her still, she relives all that has been. This card captures tender moments and childhood joys. It's like we're back around full circle because one of the first cards that I read tonight was about cherishing memories and not dwelling on those past moments, though. You know, looking at pictures of past loves, long lost loves, people that you haven't seen in a while, people that are dead and gone, and having a moment for a smile or a tear, but then moving forward. I feel like, Baby UFO, there could be someone coming in from your past or someone that you had some kind of conflict with, okay, coming back in. And I don't feel like you can trust this person. I feel like the universe is just trying to give you a reminder of the lessons that you learned so you don't repeat the same mistakes, if that makes sense. So whether you know what I'm talking about or not, and this, I told the other person I didn't think it was a social media thing, but this one could be. Somebody is reaching out. Somebody is very, very remorseful for what they've done. But the fact of the matter, something is going to come up. I do feel like it's a person, but it could be just you're in the same situation as you've been in a million times, and you need to prove that you've learned this lesson and not make the same mistake, no matter how tempted you are, because I feel like there is a temptation there. I know it doesn't narrow it down, but that's what I got, honey. It'll resonate. I promise it'll resonate if it doesn't now. Ralph, let's use the Urban Crow. Nick, I don't know if that's what they were talking about. But we have to keep the chat PG, okay? Not even PG-13. It has to be PG because someone is reporting every one of my live streams just so I get limited monetization for a little bit. And remember, guys, there's going to be a new cover to my second book with only my name on it. Because I wrote all of it. And that secret's out. The other person did not write a thing except the forward, which is also going to be taken out of the book. But it was not my pettiness that asked for that or called for that. So same cover, just with only my name, giving the only author who put all the work in the credit. So I'm excited about it, even though I would never have even thought to be that petty. All right, Ralph. Is Ralph listening or did he leave? We can give him a timestamp. I'm just curious.
He is there.
Okay. Ralph, you got the card of protection, card number 38. Crows are fiercely protective of things they cherish. When I created this card, what I wanted to feel at that moment was protected. With everything going on in the world, knowing that there is something greater out there watching over us creates space for peace. It is when we feel at ease that we can create, that we can grow. Hold this card when you need to feel at one with your higher self and divine spirit, as together they offer protection. Obviously, you don't have this card, so you can't hold it, but hold an image of it in your head. Use this card as a sign to move forward knowing that you are protected. Lean into its energy during times of stress or when you're feeling vulnerable. Doing so will allow you to shift your focus away from fear and restriction to feeling confident to take action. The pollen is coming in. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Ralph, I feel like you just might be feeling overwhelmed, okay? And if you're not, then you will be soon, unfortunately. This is the universe telling you, like, there is a power greater than yourself. There are many powers greater than you at work here, both quote unquote good and quote unquote bad. All you need to do is call those powers in. Go with your instinct and your intuition always, never your mind. Like I said, it's a deceiver, and your heart is the greatest deceiver of all. Your intuition will never, ever steer you wrong. No matter how badly you want the feeling to be wrong, that the love of your life is cheating, and I'm not saying that's what's happening, but for example, if you know it in your gut, you know it. No matter what they say, you know, you'll know it. And that should be proof enough for you. I feel like the universe is calling you now to look upon your intuition and do that in order to understand a situation better. If you feel like someone's lying to you, look deep inside of yourself for the answer, because you will find it there. Hey, Eris.
You want to do Eris, then do Lotus and Casey?
I'm not sure if Casey wants one because she got her personal today, so
Okay.
I think I'll just do one, and then if she doesn't want to listen to it, she doesn't have to. I'm going to be going to the beach very soon, as soon as I can. Eris, I'm going to use the vampire oracle for you. Without the crows, yeah. I showed that to my mom thinking she was going to think it was so cool. And she's like, oh, I hate them. What? What happened? What went straight through you? What did I do? And who's Eric? I recharge at the ocean as well, especially at night for some reason. No, get business cards of someone you don't like, right? And then, like, if you back into someone's car or whatever, leave their business card with a note that says sorry. Or, like, if you want a good prank, call a pizza place and order 3 large pies, 1 cheese, 1 regular, and 1 plain. It's the little things. Ooh. Eris, you got the card of thirst. Craving, compulsion, obsession. Card number 21. I turned right to it. Love when that happens. The vampires speak. You are currently craving something with such a great thirst that it's dominating your thoughts and feelings, and you can think of hardly anything else. Thirst can be wonderful when that which you long for, yearn for is healthy and wise, but in this case, the thirst is for the kind of experience you know will have life-changing consequences. For us, the thirst we experience is not just for the blood, the drink that sustains us. It is for the stream of humanity and the song of life and beautiful warmth that runs through the blood. So too for you, what you thirst for is very close to becoming an addiction or an obsession which draws you away from what makes you you. If it is a person that you thirst for, their touch, their love, or if it is a substance, know that the thirst is exerting a powerful force even close to control over you. There may be an addiction or an addictive way of thinking and feeling working its way into your life right now. We wish to direct your consciousness to this thirst and ask you to question its source. What is it that this thirst craves? Can it be satisfied? Or are you simply compelled to search and drink again and again? Know that some thirsts can be satisfied in ways that are in tune with your personality, yourself this time, all manifestations of your essence and soul, and others will steal you further and further away from your true self. The blessing. The thirst will lead you to know more about yourself and how far you go to quest for something you want. You could encounter a way through to self-knowledge, but consider too that what you thirst for you may never find. Many of we children of the night thirst for the humanity we have been separated from in so many ways more than we thirst for the blood of the same. The curse. This thirst for knowledge, for a person, for fulfillment, for lust, for ecstasy, and the vanishment of pain through experiences or food, drugs, or alcohol that distract you from the pains you no longer wish to feel dominate you. The thirst is so strong it is taking over your life force and your will. You are being consumed. It is time to assert yourself, your true self, once again. Working with this card, it is possible to reclaim your life force, your will. Even we vampires learn to do this, and after years of practice, we no longer need to give in to our lust for life in your lifeblood. Your desire is driving you. Be sure of where it is taking you and whether it is increasing your ability to live fully alive or whether it is dragging you into a seductive soul sleep from which you may struggle to awake. It's time to be open and honest with yourself about what is power over you. Take steps to reclaim your power and listen to your guidance, being sure to follow the voice within that wants you to express your own power in safe and healthy ways. Eris, what is this? What is this? Eris, I don't know if you're even aware of what this is. It could be an energy that's coming in, something that can become an addiction, an obsession. I don't know if it's drugs or alcohol. I don't really see that. I see it being more of like a person, but I see them like leading you on with something. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be someone offering you, a ton of money for no reason, or someone is dangling something. Like I say to Mike, they're dangling something over your head. And they want you to like perform for whatever this is, like clean my house and I'll give you $2,000. And then once you clean the house, they're like, but what about the toilets? And they hand you a toothbrush and they dangle $3,000 above your head. The universe is saying, what is enough? Don't fall into the trap of, I don't know why this is coming out, but constant people pleasing, wanting something or someone so bad that you compromise your own self. Because it's hard to get back from that, because things like that really change you. They change you as a person. And then suddenly you become this person who's always performing or trying to disappear. Eris, be really, really careful. Obviously, don't try any drugs this week. I would be careful if you plan on drinking any alcohol in a public setting. And don't compromise or sacrifice yourself for anything or anyone. If you can avoid doing that, something so much better than what's being dangled in front of you for performance will come in. Oh no, what happened? All right, Lotus. Della Noates. I get really dark. I know you guys can't see it, number one, because my makeup, and number two, the lights, but I actually have olive skin. An earthquake in Pennsylvania? I'm not so sure. All right, this is for Lotus, who couldn't be with us tonight because she had to go to sleep very early. There it is. I'm going to put this on top. Ooh. I only had a shake and a peanut butter sandwich, okay? Don't judge me.
Toledo.
Well, Eris, I hope you're okay. And if you need to talk about anything, please don't hesitate to message me, email. You're so welcome, as always. I've never had a sunburn in my life except one time on the tip of my nose. Lotus, you got the blue fairy, and I'm pretty sure this is a great card. Sorry, I'm starving. There was a sweet man who wanted so badly to have a son. I granted his wish and gave him one out of a wooden puppet. Pinocchio was the name of the puppet. I watched over him during his adventures to get sure he grew wise. Then I transformed him into a real little boy. I only appear to those who have faith in my lucky star and gently pray for my intercession. If they're pure at heart, I grant their wish and pour magic into their lives. Rejoice and feel blessed. Your prayers have been heard and your wishes are about to be granted. You have fought very hard. Yes, you have, to get where you are now. But the thing is, you've never lost hope nor faith. Therefore, you will be greatly rewarded. This card really comes to you as a blessing and good omen. So just relax, celebrate, and say thank you. Your dream is to come true very soon. Lotus, you are pulling out of the dark night of the soul in every aspect of yourself, in every area of your life, Lotus girl. It's like everything is flipping around, where everything just kept going from bad to worse to even worser to even more worse. It's going to get good, better, bestest, greatest. Everything you've been like, why can't this just happen? Why can't, it's all being turned around because you have proven that you're disconnecting from the negative energy, from the toxicity, from the chaos. You've more than proven that to the universe, and you are about to be rewarded. I don't know if I'd say in the next week or two. You're definitely going to start seeing changes in the next week or two. Through the summer, I'd say by September, your whole world should be upside down in the best possible way. I'm actually really excited that I pulled that card for you. Casey, I'm going to use Moonology manifestations, and then we are going to end. Good night, Nick. Nick, real quick, have you seen her? My oldest sister is stuck in a very toxic and extremely physically, mentally, emotionally abusive relationship where recently she was even in the newspaper. She had to escape her own home with no clothes on because she was being held at, can't say it. And Nick lives near her. She's not allowed to speak to anyone. All contact was cut off. And nobody can get to her. All right, Miss Casey. Yeah, it's really bad. She's the one who lost her son to cancer right after. Was he 20 or 21 in 2019? 20. And that was her baby. That was her best friend. She has 2 other kids. She just kind of never was the same again. Got caught up in pills and exotic dancing, and we can't reach her. She cried so bad her eyes literally bled. Not like bled tears, but like from crying and rubbing. They were, I've never seen anything like it. It was absolutely devastating. And I've been through that same situation, and so has she many times, but we can't reach her. What do? Call her so that she can get killed? I don't have fake eyelashes on. I swear. No, I told you guys, I've been feeling really like just low energy the past few days since Monday, like just off energetically. And I'm really tired. I'm not sleeping well. All right, Miss KC. God dang it. I only wore fake eyelashes once, but I couldn't deal with them. I used the magnetic ones. Not for me. All right, Miss KC. Now that I've shuffled enough. Come on, stop. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your own good luck. Believe in your good luck. Ooh, these are nice cards to end with. Lotus, if you're listening, that was an amazing reading. I'm so happy for you. KC, first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. Whatever is going on in your life, you need to take care of the small stuff and the big stuff will fall into place. Problems can arise now because of carelessness or a lapse in judgment. Avoid telling everyone your opinion until you're sure you know exactly what's going on. Think about the baby steps you need to take on your way to your goal and don't take too many risks. Believe in your own good luck, but don't be arrogant about it. Think an important decision through very carefully before taking action. Your challenge when this card comes up is to dream, but to be prepared to put in the hard work required to make the dream real. Make peace between the part of you that needs everything to make sense and the part that wants to throw caution to the wind. I do feel like this is a fake it till you make it type attitude, but I feel like you really do believe that things are going to get better. Okay. I feel like you know change is coming and you're trying to be confident and you're trying to not, I wouldn't say be careless, like throwing caution to the wind, Casey, but I would say that you're not too worried about a lot of things. And the universe is saying that's fine, but pick and choose what not to worry about because a small problem can become very big very quickly, especially when dealing with some of the people you're dealing with. Okay, there's toxicity, there's drama. I don't know where this is coming in because I don't usually get this around you. Casey, I want you to, there's a big decision here, and I feel like it's taking an emotional toll, all right? It's not like a physical toll. It's not like a mental thing. It's taking an emotional toll. It's really important that you don't, I've been saying it through this whole stream, but you haven't been here, so you haven't heard me. The heart is the biggest deceiver. It will tell us whatever we want to hear to make us feel better. Okay? Go with your gut. Go with your intuition. You're going to be overwhelmed with the over-analyticalness. That's a new word. I just made it up. Of your brain. Go with your gut every single time. It will never steer you wrong. Fake eyelashes. Do they really look that good? My makeup even came off. All right, guys, don't forget links for my books in the description box. Monday, we will be discussing more encounters with the Glimmerman Predator entity, the invisible entity, I think I called it, the Glimmerman thing. That's at 11 a.m. No noon. What do you call it? No noon live stream. Tomorrow night, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Miss Lara, Conversations with Lara for an hour or however long, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, but I have to ask her about that. And I love you all. Don't forget to donate if you can. PayPal, Cash App. I really do appreciate it, guys. I appreciate your time. I love you guys so much. I don't know how she hated the beach. Wasn't she a Pisces? That's insane. All right. Have a great night and bye.